This is Paul Gray here with you tonight. My partner, Jeff Knoll. Jeff, what do you think?
Hey, it looks like a great night for football. You are exactly right. You know, that rain kind of brought that nip back in the air, so it's feeling a little bit more like fall and less like summer. You know, it's kind of nice to move into that. But looking for a great game tonight. Always good when you got one team coming off a win, you know, and coming off of that high. And the kind of the way they did win it last week, as you said, that last second, that's awesome. So, but then you got Meade County here coming off a tough loss, looking to kind of get themselves riding the ship back in. So looking for a lot of good football tonight, Paul. Contrasting styles. We got John Hardin, who is a passing team. And so they're going to be coming at that. That's just what they do. Although last week they did run the ball and stayed with that running game. But going to be hard to keep them contained with that. And then you've got Meade, who is definitely a running team. Although their stud, their running back, who's been their *1 scorer, Deshaun Welch, number 25, will not be in the game tonight. He broke a wrist in the game last week and ended up finishing the game amazingly, even with that broken wrist. But he'll be back. He's not going to be back tonight, so that will make a difference. Now, got this probably John Hardin's Achilles heel has been the number of interceptions they've thrown. 9 interceptions on the year as opposed to 10 completions. That's not one where you want 50-50. So got an opportunistic defense with Meade County, so we might see some interceptions tonight as well. So it looks like a good game, Bert.
That's what Meade County will be looking for. Talking to a couple of their coaches, I can see the smiles on their faces as we talked about some of the mistakes that quarterback Justin Russell has made. He's been feast or famine. He's done a lot of great things in the passing game. He's got a lot of yardage. He's thrown for 763 yards and 10 touchdowns. But then the famine side of that, as you mentioned, is the 9 interceptions and not always taking care of the football. So we'll be wanting to look for that. Meade County has not given up a lot of points this year. They've been, as you said, opportunistic, but always solid under Larry Mofield, and they are you know, it's going to be tough. Justin Russell's going to have to take care of the football tonight, and it'll be an interesting game. The clock has run down, but the teams are just now taking the field, Jeff. It looks like we're going to get a little bit of a late start this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
sure what's going on with that, but the officials are ready. They've been standing on the Bulldog for quite some time right now, ready to get this game. The teams are filling the field right now. John Hardin is lining up in their end zone, getting ready to make their ceremonial entrance to the bench.
Well, we mentioned earlier, as many of you in the area know, an awful lot of rain just a little while ago. As I said, the field looks like it's in great shape. I don't think that's going to be an issue. If we were to get rain, if we were to have weather issues, you've got to feel like the team that has been really good at taking care of the football and is more of a running-based offense, the Meade County Green Waves, that would be to their advantage if we were to see a wet field, wet conditions, and you know, the ball handling and the shotgun and throwing the football for John Hardin would be an issue. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. Right now, as Jeff and I are looking out over the stadium, skies are beautiful. I mean, I don't know what in the world's going on
night.
here.
Absolutely perfect night for some football, and looking forward to that. And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. I concur with that, Paul. When you get a little bit of weather going on, the stronger running team's always going to get an advantage at that one. So, but you know, when you have a quarterback who likes to throw the ball, that's always that issue you've got. You know, it's a big risk to throw the ball that many times, and especially at this level of football. You know, the accuracy, unless you've got a super talented guy, you're just throwing that risk out there, and that's what we're experiencing now with John Hardin.
Well, that will be Justin Russell's task tonight. I do know I played a little quarterback when I was about 3 decades ago.
Just a little.
And my coaches, we were in the run and shoot and threw it 50 times a game, Jeff. And I'll say this: my coach was okay with 1 interception per 25 throws. So we threw it 50 times a game, and I do know that every time I was 2 interceptions or less, we won. And when I threw more than that, we lost. And so it really does have a correlation on
how many
wins and losses. If you take care of the football, you've got great opportunities to win football games. You don't take care of it, the other team is going to take advantage. Now, one of the things that happened last week in this amazing John Hardin victory, and again, I can't stress to you enough what a big victory that was for them.
Yeah,
coming off of a couple weeks earlier, getting run out of their own home field by North Hardin. That's right. We were sitting right here then.
Right.
and going into play Central Hardin, their other crosstown rival, and
had to do a lot for their spirits. Man.
It did, and they were down 2 scores going late in the third quarter, and were able to overcome that. And again, they had made mistakes. That's both teams. It was a bit of a sloppy game, both sides. Central Hardin was playing with about a third or fourth string quarterback, and it was tough. It was a sloppy game.
That's their second half comeback this year for a victory in the last second. Their very first game of the year, I believe, they came back from behind in the second half and won right at the end. So you definitely don't want to count them out. Now we certainly did get to that point with the North Hardin game where it was completely lopsided by the time we got to that second half, but obviously, when it's within reach, they can come back and do it.
Well, they certainly are a confident bunch, especially coming off that big win. And I saw a number of their players during the celebration, just the kind of joy that you just love to see in high school football. It's an amazing. Friday nights are great because of the kind of unbridled joy and emotion that it brings for these young men because of the relationships with their teammates.
Absolutely nothing like playing under the lights.
Absolutely. So a lot of excitement last week, and we'll just see if that can carry over. But again, I think the thing I'm trying to stress here is that it's all about not making mistakes, not making the big mistakes, taking care of the football. And so we'll see if they're able to do that. If they are, and again, there was, in that North Hardin game, they yardage-wise were just as good in the first half as North Hardin, but they made some key turnovers and key penalties that just killed drives. And so that's what I think you folks at home tonight can be looking for is, who is the more disciplined team, who's the team that's not making the mistakes, and then obviously, as we always talk about, who's going to win the battle up front.
Right. Yeah, that's always where it's won or lost. It's always on that line, and it's not the part that you focus on if you're just. Most people like to watch the passes, like to watch the running. That's where it is. But we can always usually forget that it's happening right there with the Hogs down there on the line. So you quarterbacks got all the glory, but I just want you to know we centers are the ones that won the game for you.
That's right. One other, me and my center, we were tight, buddy. I'm telling you, I love that guy.
Good quarterback, understand.
Hey, Jay Clutie, I love you, man. I did want to mention, we talked about the injuries. You mentioned the leading rusher, Deshaun Welch, for Meade County being out. They're also missing their starting senior offensive guard, number 64, Tyler Burnett.
That's a big loss,
is out.
Very big loss.
They're a young team, and so losing a senior fixture in the middle of the line is tough as well. I think both of us are probably making it clear to you as the audience. We feel like probably Meade County's the favorite coming into this thing, but John Hardin's been the underdog several times this year and come through. So that's why I think we're so excited about the ball game. Is we've got a team that's the underdog and great in that role so far this year, and we've got
if you take your number one running back plus your offensive guard out, and you're a running team, those are two. I mean, outside of the quarterback, those are your two most important components of a running game.
Absolutely, and at quarterback, we've talked about Justin Russell for John Hardin, but at quarterback for Meade County, no slouch. The coach's son, Trent Mofield, Larry's son, Trent, is at the helm. He's a junior. He's thrown for 619 yards this year and 5 touchdowns. So in this run-heavy attack, he's been very effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mitchell Dozier, their leading receiver, has caught 17 balls for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. So they're effective in the coaches told me it's, they're a very conservative passing team, very simple, but they've been very effective. So, and against top-level competition. So we're ready for a good night of football. It looks like both teams, the clock is running down. Both teams are ready to go. Let me do as we do every week and give our thanks and appreciation to those who allow us and allow our young people to do their television production, have this opportunity to work here. We want to thank Physical Therapy Associates. More personal attention for more effective results with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 737-6900, online at mugabug.com. And then, of course, West Point Bank has 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point, or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simple. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
Really want to encourage you all to patronize these supporters. If you're one that regularly listens to the games and you are able to do that and you appreciate that, the best way to pay that back is going to those sponsors and letting them know that you heard their name and just thank them for supporting something that's become something that you've enjoyed. That's one of the nice things about local broadcasting, that we get to take advantage of listening and knowing what's going on. So make sure these sponsors know that you appreciate what you provide, what they provide for you.
Absolutely, Jeff. They're supporting our young athletes here that you're going to enjoy watching tonight, but also our students who are behind the cameras and getting valuable experience here this evening. So we're very thankful. As you can see, the Green Wave and the Bulldogs have taken the field. Back deep for the Bulldogs, Jalen Springs and number 3, Darian Davis, to kick off for the Meade County Green Wave. That's number 86, Mason Craycraft. And he'll be putting the ball into play in just a moment. Ball's at the 40. Craycroft is coming to the ball, approaching. It's a low running kick. Hard to handle, it's loose.
He gets it just at the last second. Trying to keep it away from those returners.
That was number 32, Navash Daly, one of the leading tacklers and best linebackers for the Bulldogs. He was able to get on the ball. A squib kick there. And
results in great field position for the Bulldogs on their own 36-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the left hash. Again, you'll see the spread attack of the John Hardin Bulldogs. Justin Russell will be in the shotgun most of the evening. 4 wide, 2 to each side. At running back to start off is number 23, Will Kaysen, one of the leading rushers for the Bulldogs. Throw out to the right. It's complete on the quick hitch for about a 7-yard gain.
Brings him down pretty close to the 40-yard line. He closed on that pretty well, but definitely a good start for our quarterback. Nice 7-yard reception there.
That was number 18, Andrew Davis on the catch, and bring up 2nd and 4 here on the 6-yard completion. 4 wide, the right hash. Russell takes the snap. He's going to give to Kaysen wide left. Running hard, shoulders over the football, about 2-yard gain.
Looked like he was going to break it there for just a second, but they closed that gap just at the last minute there. So
number 2, Kobe Nikolai, has 45 tackles. He's the leading tackler for the Meade County Green Wave at linebacker, and he was there first to help make the stop.
Nikolai is a big linebacker,
kid.
but man, he's fast for his size. He closed on that quickly.
3rd and 2, and there's a flag on the play.
Here we go.
Maybe a motion call. Legal procedure on the
way you want
Bulldogs.
to start your first series.
That'll take them from a really good 3rd and 2 situation to a tough 3rd and 7. 3rd and medium is always a tough one to pick up. Puts you in a nearly must-passing situation, which gives the defense a bit of an advantage.
Pretty much your defense's favorite position to be in, keeping them at 3rd and long.
Number 13, Deshaun Johnson to the right in the tight slot position. To the trip side, the wide side of the field, Justin Russell ready to take the snap. He's looking towards Watson, but he's going to throw wide. Interception!
Right to him, not even close.
Up the left sideline, Russell in pursuit, trying to get there.
He is
Touchdown, Green Wave. Number 3, Mason Burnett on the interception and return for a touchdown. That's about a 46 or 47-yard return for touchdown.
Something seriously broke down on that one. Either he threw it to the wrong spot or the receiver just went to the wrong spot, because there was absolutely no one around Burnett. It was as if he threw it right to it.
Well, Jeff, we're not prophetic in any way. We've said this before in other weeks, but pre-game, our biggest topic of conversation was not making mistakes and taking care of the ball. You know,
2 costly
first
mistakes.
Series, the 3rd play of the first series, it's thrown to no one in particular. I mean, I couldn't tell who the intended receiver was.
No, there was nobody close. And, sometimes you wonder, okay, what's the big deal about an offsides 5-yard penalty?
Oh, man.
The reality is
7-0.
Yeah, the difference is they changed the play. Whatever they were going to run at 3rd and 2 was probably not what they were going to run at 3rd and 7. And Boom.
Jeff, another error here as Meade County lined up to kick as Mason Craycroft was going to kick. They drew John Harden offside, half the distance to the goal. It's now on the 1.5.
Now they're going for 2
Meade's
points.
now going to go for 2 here. So we've got
quick 8 points possibly.
number 2, Kobe Nikolai at fullback here, taking the place of the injured fullback, and they're going to give it to him straight ahead.
He
Looks
is
like
not
he's
going
just
to make
short.
it. He was close, but he's not going to make it.
Big play up front by Navash Daly, number 32 at linebacker, coming in there to make the play. And 23, Will Kaysen. So 2 of the stars for John Harden step up and keep this game at a 6-0 ball game.
That's certainly not the way you wanted to see the Bulldogs start off the game. A couple of costly mistakes there. And results in the Green Wave putting 6 points on the board right off the bat. So here we go again. Meade kicking off to the Bulldogs.
Yes, bad early mistake for Justin Russell. Again, that was our main topic of conversation is the interceptions. Again, he had several receivers in routes, including, I believe, Darian Davis and number 18, who's Andrew Davis, but the ball was not thrown anywhere near either of them. So it'll be Mason Craycroft again to kick off from the 40-yard line. And back deep again, Jalen Springs and Darian Davis to receive.
Wonder if he'll let him return it this time. Nope, another squib kick. They apparently are respecting the return game of John. He's carrying that right back up almost to midfield. Great return. So the squib kick intended to keep it away from the John Harden's primary returners. You know, I always question that. I'm like, that's a great idea. I mean, if you got a good returner, but so let's give it to another guy who's probably a second-tier running back. And he brings it back to the 46, 47-yard line. You give him that kind of field position.
Great field position.
Got to really wonder about that.
Depends on how you're going to kick the ball, Jeff. When I was a special teams coordinator, we did that a lot, but we were trying to get it down to about the 20 or 15 on our squib kicks and not just angle it.
So
those
first
were
and 10, fielded at the 30-yard line.
They were fielded at the 30 or even before that.
Offensive.
Got another flag.
Offsides, John Harden. Man, this has just got to clear up. You cannot continue. At this point in the season, now we're in the 5th game. You know, the first time we were here, it was their 2nd game of the year. You're still going to give a little bit of grace, saying, first part of the year, starting to learn schemes still. But at this point in the season, you got to be tight.
We've got an empty backfield here on 1st and 15 from the middle of the field. Will Kaysen in motion, jet sweep to the right, nothing doing.
Nothing at all.
Number 18, Brandon Heffinger, there to make the tackle, along with number 50,
Guard came
Myron
out.
Page.
Guard came out for the block, but he had 2 guys to take care of, and that was not good math.
2 of the leading tacklers for the Green Wave there to make the stop.
It's no wonder.
2nd and 14 now. 2 wide receivers to each side, looking for the screen to Darian Davis to the left.
Pass was high.
So early in the game, Justin Russell just a little off, Jeff.
Yes, a little off. That was he had his man. He definitely, if that was down, he almost brought that one in.
It looked like there was some space. It looked like we had a good stock block by the inside receiver.
Yeah.
Davis had some room to operate, but
was able to get one hand on it, but not able to pull it down in.
All right, it'll be 3rd and 14, and we've got trips formation to the left side.
3rd and long.
Myron Page on the blitz, straight ahead. Jalen Springs, 4-yard loss. Myron Page, the 2nd leading tackler for the Green Wave.
Wow.
That inside linebacker there in a hurry.
Busted through that line, almost. If he was touched, it didn't matter.
He was not. I saw him sneaking up for a blitz, and he split the center and the guard. They didn't get a hand on him.
He almost took the hand off.
So that's 4th and 17 now, and the Bulldogs will be in punt formation.
Almost
It's a
blocked.
high kick, end over end on the punt.
It takes a John Harden bounce. Excuse me, a Meade County bounce. Well, so far to this point, Meade County's pretty much having their way, but that is absolutely accredited to the mistakes that John Harden's been making. They were executing pretty well there right off the bat, but you make those critical mistakes, and it just changed the tenure of everything.
First and 10 for the Green Wave from the just inside the left hash. They'll be in their wing T formation, double tight end. We're going to just be strong off tackle.
Great
Wow.
defensive penetration by John Harden. Loses at least a yard, maybe 2. That was beautiful, the pursuit that came down the line. They were firing off that ball.
Number 4, Joshua Garrett, was there in a hurry, and then one of the stars for John Harden, number 52, Dominic Hope, in there to make a quick tackle as well. So that'll be a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Green Wave. And again, now they're in a double wing formation, tight end to the left, wide receiver right. Quick fade to the outside. Mofield to number 13. That is an easy completion.
For a big first down plus some. He brings it up to about the 51-yard line.
Number 13, Mitchell Dozier, the leading receiver, and very big wide out for Meade County. Great throw by Trent Mofield there. Throwing it to the outside shoulder, and easy catch for Mitchell Dozier. 1st and 10 on the other side of the John Harden 50-yard line in enemy territory.
It's a good thing for John Harden. That ball hung up in the air pretty a great deal of time.
Double wing formation, gives straight ahead on the fullback trap to number
there.
2, Kobe Nikolai, and just, nothing there. Great job, Navash Daly again, number 32. Again, one of the defensive leaders making a big play.
So far, the one positive thing we got that John Harden's got going for him, they're definitely having some impact on that running game, which we said, Meads doesn't have 2 of their key components to their running game. They're missing their starting guard and their number 1 running back. So,
wing T formation to the left. Belly, number 2, big tackle.
Wow, my massive.
Smash, number 56.
Massive
Isaiah
number
Reed.
26 for Meade County. Wow, he sprung right back up, but I'm telling you, he's going to feel that one for a play or 2.
Yeah, Zach Carter, who is the leading yard gainer for the Green Wave with 354 yards on the season. Thought he had some yards there, and Isaiah Reed just brought the hammer on.
It ended quickly.
It did. He bounced back. Wing T formation to the right, but tight end left. It's a little bit of an opposite formation. Look for the run to the left side here, possibly. Oh, they're going to come right side.
To the right, one to the short side, and nothing going. John is absolutely pursuing down the line, shooting the gaps, pursuing down the line, staying with the ball. Really impressed with John's run defense so far.
That was number 8, Cole Miller, on the carry for Meade County, and it brings up a 4th and 6. They'll have to bring the punt team on, so a good stop for the John Harden Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
Couldn't afford to go down 2 scores early in the game, and so
it's a big series right there for John. They can bring some confidence back. Now, if they can just get their offense to stay on the line, wait for the count.
Number 8, Caleb Davis back.
Pretty good punt for John Harden. Goes short and rolls out of bounds at about the 22-yard line, 23, 24-yard line.
Yeah, about a 23-yard punt, so not a great punt for the Green Wave. Relatively good field position.
First and 10.
First and 10,
at
John
the
Harden
29-yard
Bulldogs.
line.
At the 23 or 4.
23, okay.
Actually, left hash, 1st and 10. Justin Russell in an empty set, no backs, 3 wide right, 2 wide to the left. Jet sweep to the right side. Jalen Springs, nothing there, strung out. Again, number 18,
Good pursuit.
Brandon Heffinger, and number 50, Myron Page there again. Any run they've had to the right side, those 2 guys have been there to shut it down.
They really are. They may be a running team, but they are also defending against the run team.
So that'll bring up about a 2nd and 13 or 14. Again, long yardage every single second down. They really have not been able to get ahead of the sticks yet.
Sure, their DBs
4
are
wide.
queuing right now.
Sprint left, throw by Justin Russell.
Pass,
Darian
he's got his
Davis,
man.
big catch.
First down.
Oh,
No,
he
he dropped
dropped
the
it.
ball.
Oh, my.
It appeared he had it from this angle, but he must have dropped it as he back faced us. It's too bad.
It's about a 15-yard, was going to be about a 15-yard gain. That's a similar play, Jeff, to a big 4th and 8 that they converted last week against Central Hardin on the game-winning drive. where Russell was rolling out to the left and made a great throw to Darian Davis there. That time they couldn't connect. It'll be 3rd and 13 from their own 21-yard line. Russell looking, screen pass to Davis.
Outside
Swarmed
blocker missed his block, and unfortunately it did not execute the way they put that one on paper.
Number 11, Cason Brady, playing corner. Meade County was there in a hurry and put the stop on Darian Davis. That brings up 4th and 11. With the forward progress, they gave him a yard on that play. John Harden punt formation again. We've punted a lot so far, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Haven't seen much production. I don't believe we've really had the ball legitimately past the 40-yard line.
Much better punt. Booming high punt.
Absolutely. And he
Sending
takes
number 8,
it without a
Cason.
fair catch. And great pursuit. Is able for the coverage to get down. Coverage on the punt, so brings him down. That was a tremendous punt for John Harden.
That was number 6, Xavier Boone, on the tackle, coming down, and they got no yards on the return.
None. Lost a couple, actually, after he caught the ball, so takes him back down to about the 27.
Meade County will start 1st and 10 there from their own 27-yard line. John Harden defense back on the field again. Mitchell Dozier, number 13, wide to the left to the green wave. 2 double wing formation, tight end right.
John Harden's D's been pursuing really well, but that kind of pursuit cannot maintain itself if you're out there on the field more than you need to be. So the offense has got to do their part. They got to stay out there for a little while. They got to start moving the change, and definitely you need to score, but part of it's just running that clock down and moving the chains.
Fake to the fullback on the inside.
Tremendous pursuit. John Harden's defense has just showed up tonight in a big way.
52 Dominic Hope there, 32 Navash Daly, 56 Isaiah Reed, all the big names. About a 4-yard loss. Meade County was faking to the fullback and giving an inside give on what's called a scissors play to the wingback. And
well, John Harden had a behind the scrimmage line party on that one, man. They were all there.
That's right. Anytime you're running side to side and there's penetration, you can make a big play on the defensive side of the ball. So that'll bring up 2nd and 14. And again, we've got a wing formation to the right side.
Adjustment on the defensive line.
Give to number 8.
Found a gap,
Cole
but
Miller.
not for long. Brings him down. Gains a couple of yards, gets it back to about the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard short.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 11 from the right hash again. Both teams now looking like offensively they're getting behind the sticks and making it really difficult on themselves. 3rd and 11 for a running team. Tough situation.
Yeah, playing behind the sticks is not the way you want to go if you're a running team, that's for sure. Or if you're a team that has an Achilles heel of interceptions.
So we're going to keep our eyes to the top side, the far side of the field, on the right side of the formation. We're in shotgun here. That's where number 13, Mitchell Dozier, is the leading receiver. But we're looking to the left. Screen pass to number 8, Cole Miller,
Nothing
and they
there.
smelled it out. John Harden all over that one. That's number 20, Nicholas Surley Jr. on the play. Great job getting on the screen pass.
It was about a 3-person tackle on that one, I'm sure. Only one will get the credit, but great pursuit. They were right there. He caught the ball, but there was nothing afterwards.
That was Cole Miller again, the running back on the screen pass. So that brings up about a 4th and 16, and punt formation again, this time for the Green Wave. Back deep, Jalen Spring, and number 4, Joshua Garrett. They'll be awaiting the punt.
Good time for a shank. Oh, he gets it away pretty well. It's going to land about the 50 and bounce straight up. So John Harden's going to do all right on that one. Looks like they'll have the ball at their own 49.
Let me just remind everybody, this is an HCEC TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. And we have a 1st and 10 with 1:51 to go. Visiting Meade County Green Wave up 6-0. We're late first quarter, and the Bulldogs in shotgun formation. Snap, give to Spring, straight ahead, cuts back to the left.
It's a little bit of room.
2 tackles broken, about a 5-yard gain.
Stayed with it. Second, third, and fourth effort got him that one.
Good carry for Jalen Springs. It looks a lot like the kind of runs we saw last week against Central Hardin. Jalen Springs, the leading rusher for the Bulldogs last week, as they started to really try to establish the run.
Breaking some tackles.
So he broke 2 tackles, looked good. 2nd and 5 from the 46-yard line of the Green Wave. Give again to Jalen Springs. He's going to go straight ahead powerfully.
Nothing there but a couple of yards.
Jalen Springs on the carry.
But now we're in a good, if you're a John Hardin
third down.
Bulldog fan, yes, we're now at a 3rd and 3 as opposed to 3rd and long, and so
Now is not the time for an offsides penalty.
that's what we saw last time in 3rd and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
When they were ahead of the sticks a little bit here. So big 3rd and 3 here for the Bulldogs from the 44-yard line of the Green Wave. Left hash, we've got trips to the right, almost 2 backs in the backfield. Downhill
Well,
give again.
Not going to happen. Wow. Wow.
Ball carried by
Looked like he
Jalen
had about a
Springs.
yard, and then that all went away quickly and went backwards.
I believe it was number 75, Cole Nuke. From,
You are. And number 67, or is 87, was in on that one as well. Number 87. Or 67.
Bulldogs second
67,
point.
that's Colton Kelly for the Green Wave. Both of those defensive linemen making a big play on a 3rd and short there. As John Hardin tried to stick with the run. I like what they're doing there. First quarter's about to run out, but John Hardin Bulldogs are in punt formation. Snap is received, the kick is away. Another good kick.
Yeah, he's getting some time this time.
Oh,
It
it's
takes
bounced.
John
Hard
Hardin bounce. Oh, perfect. Able to down that ball on the 1-yard line. Wow.
So as time expires and when we return for the second quarter, Meade County will be starting from their own 1-yard line. Great punt and great coverage there. That's John Hardin Bulldog number 6, Xavier Boone again, and coming up big in the coverage games.
So that punt did exactly what a punter dreams of. It hit the ground, rolled forward, and then about 3 yards before the goal line took a right turn. It just laid in there. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Once again, we just want to take an opportunity to remind you of these patrons or these vendors that are so good about supporting the opportunity that you have to be able to watch the broadcast tonight of the local John Hardin football game. Physical Therapy and Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all of your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he will get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. Where wireless works, visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Service terminating 737-6900, or online at mugabug.com. West Point Bank, 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Or you can find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
Well, we're starting the second quarter, Jeff, and 6-0 the visitors. Not much offense. We've got a defensive score, defensive touchdown. Let's see if John Hardin's defense can come up big.
Might look like a boring game if you're an offensive person, but I've been very just excited about the defense. These guys are just putting it on it tonight. Defensive display by both teams. They're firing off the ball, except for this one right here.
Big pickup, number
Broke it
7
open.
for
Wow.
Meade County. That's Donovan
Man.
Matthews.
That's the play you want to happen when you're pinned down on the 2-yard line.
Just a simple fullback trap, and honestly, I was watching Dominic Hope at linebacker, a blitz, and he goes opposite to the right A gap, right of the center, and the give was to the fullback over the other side of the center, and boy, that was an easy one.
I could have driven a golf cart through that hole, my friend.
That one was an easy 15 to 18-yard pickup, and so that's going to be 1st and 10 for Meade County Green Waves. Now on their own 17, comfortably off of their own goal line. Wing tee to the right. Quarterback, Mofield under center. Number
Not
73.
this one right now. Bust through the line.
John Hardin making a big play. I believe that's Elijah Webb for the John Hardin Bulldogs, making a great play. Elijah Webb's been a big factor for the John Hardin defense.
He plugs up that middle section, and another big guy, but he can move quickly and stays low. and came right in there. He was in the backfield with him quickly.
Jeff, a lot of penetration on these. He brings up a 2nd and 13 here. Again, wing T formation to the right. John Hart their traditional 4-man front. They're looking again deep.
Long pass. And not able to hang on
opportunity
with
for
it.
Mitchell Dozier to make the play, but could not do it. Number 4, it looked like Joshua Garrett in coverage.
He was in his
for the
face.
Bulldogs.
He absolutely was in his face, so he wasn't able to pull that ball down in. So good coverage.
Not a bad throw by Trent Mofield.
It really was
again.
not. It was in the only place he could have caught it, above the head of the defender. Just wasn't able to hang on to it.
Good outside fade throw. We've seen 2 throws from the Green Wave, both the, 3 throws that is. 2 of them have been the fade route to number 13, Mitchell Dozier. The other was a screen pass on 3rd and long. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long again, 3rd and 12, and back in the shotgun, trips to the right. I'm sure this is not where they want to be. Trent Mofield receives the snap. He's looking to the one receiver side. He is under a ton of pressure. Down he goes.
Massive hit. A couple of them stood him up, and then one John Harden Bulldog came in from the far side and just ended it all right there.
That was 56 Isaiah Reed, Jeff. Several of the John Harden players had a hold of him. Dominic Hope again among them. And Isaiah Reed just lit him up and put him down. That's a big sack.
Huge.
A loss of about
Absolutely
4
huge.
yards and all the way back to their 10-yard line. John Harden ought to get great field position.
Way behind the sticks on this one. 4th and 20.
John Harden confused. They've got an extra man on the field. They are going to possibly give the ball back to the Green Wave here. Had 12 men on the field trying to get one off.
That's not an automatic
Confused.
first down, is it?
Penalty on the
It's a
Bulldogs.
10-yard penalty, so there's no way it's a first down.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Certainly
That
give
will
them
bring
better
up a
field position.
Yeah, that'll bring up a 4th and 12 instead of the 4th and just a 5-yard penalty. It looks like instead of the 4th and 17 they had. So it will be a possibly not as good a field position situation. Punt is away.
It's a
Good
good
kick
punt.
from Meade
Very
County.
good
Jalen
punt.
Springs retreating. He fields the punt. Dangerous fielding the punt on his own side of the 50. They'll take over on their own 47-yard line.
It's one thing I've noticed this year more than I would have ever expected is how many times these guys will catch that ball with little to no room or running backwards and it's bouncing and just a lot of risk. But, you know, sometimes it rewards. You grab that ball at the last second, make a quick move, and you're gone. And so I get that. But it's a lot of risk reward on that one.
If Jalen had attacked the ball originally instead of retreating, he'd have caught the ball in the air, maybe had an opportunity. He'd have caught it 5 yards in front of where he ended up fielding and may have had an opportunity to make a move.
But he let it bounce instead and was not able to get it.
Well, we have a timeout on the field here again, and tune in weekly for rebroadcasts of all local HCEC TV programs on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2. And Spectrum Communications on Channel 184. Special thanks to our HCEC TV crew. So 9:57 to go in the second quarter. Remains Green Wave 6, Bulldogs nothing in what has been a titanic defensive struggle here. Really, we've seen one, maybe 2 plays of any more than just a few yards.
Right. Meade County had one good bust-out run
And one pass play.
Absolutely. Other than that, that interception is the difference in the game.
It's really the only big play in the football game. We've got John Harden taking over 1st and 10. Great field position on their own 47-yard line.
See if they can do something with it this time.
Sean Johnson to the left. Looking left is Darian
Quick pass
Davis
out
on the
to
screen.
the left. He
beats
definitely
the corner.
has some room. He's
got
got
space.
some space.
Breaks
Makes
another tackle.
Great
Cole Miller
moves down to
the sideline.
about the 17-yard line. Beautiful moves.
I think he stepped out of bounds, maybe the 22. They're going to
Bringing
mark
back
it
a
there.
little bit.
Darian Davis makes a great play.
Absolutely.
He beats the corner, number 11, Kason Bradley, and then
Gets out around the edge and turns
broke
it up.
through the tackle of Cole Miller, number 8, and that's a big 30-yard gain.
That's one of those just flat-out race to the sidelines. Whoever gets there first makes the turn, and it's.
That's why they keep throwing those screens, Jeff. They're getting those opportunities. 1st and 10. Gibbs. Big run.
Beautiful run. Beautiful
23,
run.
Will Kaysen. Actually, I'm
25.
sorry, that's 25, Dominic Hodges.
He had
in the
another
game.
5 yards after 2 guys laid on him, and he just kept moving and drug it down to the 10-yard line. Beautiful run. Moves
First
the
down.
chains.
12-yard run for Dominic Hodges, a very powerful run, and it'll be the chains are now down. It's first and goal from the 10, and we've got trips formation to the right, and Dominic Hodges still in the game there
John
after
Harden's
a big run.
first red zone opportunity.
Keep by Justin
Quarterback
Russell.
keep, Justin Russell.
Space
on,
down to the
down
1.
1-yard line. Beautiful run. Very nice fake.
Well, that's some sort of
County went for it.
bootleg keep. Again, you might expect Jeff that to be some kind of of an option play, but I don't think he was reading. I think he was pulling that.
I think that was a QB keep all the way. This is what my look was.
Well, that'll bring up a second and goal from the 1-yard line. Russell in the huddle. They are going to go under center for the first time here. This is the same formation they were in when they scored the touchdown. It's going to be straight ahead, give stuff.
Nothing. Stuffed at the goal line. Laid back. Wow.
Number 2 for Meade County. That's Kobe Nikolai. Just
Big
stood
time
up.
D right there, baby.
Dominic Hodges, and Hodges ended up on his back.
He was bent over backwards.
Hodges will come out. Kaysen will check in, number 23.
Looked like he was going to bust through there for 1 second or less.
Nikolai really filled the hole, didn't he, Jeff?
Oh my gosh, close down second. He is one good defensive lineman.
I think Hodges thought he had a touchdown too. So
Linebacker,
3rd and goal from
sorry.
the 1. They're in their wing T formation now. 2 wings. Motion Davis, toss to Davis. There's some space, but he's continuing to try to get the edge. Backwards he goes.
Loses about 7 yards, 5 yards. Too bad.
Well, they've been very effective, Jeff, going straight ahead, and they go sideways, and it was disastrous.
You know, when you have 2 yards in front of you, there's a math game that you have to work. You know, you can go 2 yards in front of you, or you can go. The field is, a lot wider than it is. the 2 yards deep, and
they're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 7-yard line, Jeff. I was expecting maybe to see Zach Owens for the field goal. High snap. Russell fields it, going to Davis up the right side. He's got
his
it.
man.
Touchdown,
Hangs on.
Bulldogs.
Great play. Beautiful. Over the shoulder catch. That was gorgeous.
Well, that's that same out route we saw earlier where they couldn't quite connect on a 3rd and long earlier. That time a half roll to the left, and Russell throws a strike
Perfect
to Davis in the left side in the corner of the end zone.
Beautiful pass. He released it at just the right time. Right on the money.
Big 4th down play, and that'll bring on Zach Owens to actually give the Bulldogs the lead if he can knock through this extra point. Snap, holds down, Owens kicks. It's good.
It's good, so we're up 7-6. Nice play, great series by John Harden, stuck with it, continued to move the chains. Lack of penalties, and look what happens.
With 7:23 to go in the second quarter, what has happened is the Bulldogs have stolen the lead back, 7-6 now. John Harden leads. Again, the big stop on the 2-point conversion. Big for the Bulldogs
Makes a big
at this
difference
point.
right now, absolutely.
So 7-6, they'll be kicking off for the first time. It'll be Zach Owens again doing the duties here, kicking off from their own 40-yard line. And with 7:23 to go in the half, Meade County will take over again.
So what looked like with that first couple of series of plays where you pretty much had a lot of momentum going Meade County's way, even though they weren't converting it other than the pickoff and then the pursuant touchdown. John Harden just hung in there, didn't give up. And you know what got him back in the game is their defense. They just continued to shut him down. And, man, you just can never underestimate the importance of a pursuing defense, busting off that line. That was awesome.
Well, I got to tell you, Meade County coaches were concerned. I know they were concerned about the loss of the offensive guard, Burnett. And,
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
seems to be they're struggling up front to get blocks. Good kick by Owens.
Oh,
Mishandled
fumbles the ball.
at the 10. Number 23 for Meade County with
Although
the football.
he's
He's
got
got
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
green
room out
space.
to the left. Breaks one tackle, breaks another
Still
tackle
moving.
back to the right. Down he goes finally.
Almost fumbled the ball.
That was number 23 for Meade County, Bryant Rhodes, and Bryant took it out to about the 33-yard line after fumbling, mishandling the kick on about his 8-yard line.
And he almost fumbled it when he got tackled as well. So
Meade County will take over on about actually their own 31-yard line from the left hash. They'll start. 7:10 to go in the second quarter. It'll be a wing formation again, wing T formation. The wing to the left, tight end to the right.
number 6 takes himself out of the game for John Hart.
It's the fullback cross buck to the left, XB. Number 10.
Just short of a first down, about 8 yards on that carry.
Number 10, Nathan Holly on the carry. Nathan hasn't had a lot of carries, but you're going to see a few guys. He's had a few carries, but a few guys that haven't had a lot of reps.
Yeah, this is their opportunity to find out who else can run the ball.
Absolutely. Obviously, Deshaun Welch, the leading carrier for the Meade County Green Waves, is out tonight with an injury.
Well, when they had Nikolai running the ball, he's big, but he wasn't nearly as fast as the runner they just had.
Again, give to left side is the fullback cross buck, the XB play to left side. Again, that's number 10, Nathan Holly with the ball, 1st and 10.
Speed is the issue right now. Much faster back, and he's at this point beaten the line, even though John Harden's been pursuing really well on D. They have lost these last 2, and that's purely about speed right there. That's not power, that's just speed.
Hitting the hole a lot quicker. That's right, Jeff. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Green Wave now from the left hash. They're on their own 44-yard line, a 1st down and 10 here. Got Mitchell Dozier wide to the right. The give to the right side again. Holly again, this time stuffed at about 2 or 3 yards.
Makes a nice cut back. Picks up a couple extra yards on that.
Jeff, the same cast of characters there. Navash Daly and 52, Dominic Hope. I realized I've seen Dominic Hope for 3 games now, and he's a tremendous athlete. He's been a big impact player. I realized what a great athlete he was after the Central Hardin game last week when I saw him doing backflips after the game in his uniform. That's fairly impressive that your linebacker D end that's that size is doing backflips on the field. I was like, wow, no wonder that guy's running all over the field making tackles.
It just kind of takes it to another level.
Confusion, Meade County. They were bringing
Looks
the
like
player
we're
on the field
going for
late.
a timeout. Well, as we take this timeout, it's an opportunity for us once again to remind you of the sponsors. We want to give our shout out to Physical Therapy and Associates. More personal attention for more effective results. Ryan Harris, RE/MAX Premier Properties for all your real estate needs. Bluegrass Cellular offering the most unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. And E-Town Exterminating 737-6900. And West Point Bank. 5 offices located in E-Town, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point.
Well, we talked early in the game about the idea that Justin Russell is feast or famine. We've had both. We had a great touchdown throw on the last series to Darian Davis in the left corner of the end zone, and we had the earlier
Absolutely.
miscue.
You can see when he's effective like that, you understand why the coach is willing to take the risk. I mean, obviously, when he's on, man, he's on, and that was beautiful.
So we got a wing, 2nd down and 8, by the way. Meade County Green Waves on their own 46-yard line. Wing formation to the right, overbalanced with Mitchell Dozier wide to the right, motion back to the left, give to the motion man, and he is stuffed after about a 3-yard gain.
Wow.
He was turned back. Isaiah Reed there on a big tackle.
Huge tackle. He had some speed by the time he was turning that corner and brought him down now.
Isaiah Reed on the tackle.
That was number 26 for Meade County with the football. That's Zach Carter. Again, they're one of their leading rushers. We've got a John Hardin Bulldog down on the field. That's number 50. That's Cameron Brown. He's a regular contributor to their defense. So Cameron's down, the trainer's out, and Coach Engstrand's out to check him out. Well, again, 5:19 to go in the second quarter, and 3rd and 4 is going to be the situation when we return from injury here. Meade County in need of sustaining the drive. Again, offensively, we've seen a couple of good plays for the Green Wave, but not much. They really need to get something going here late in the first half.
Absolutely. You know, this is the time of the game as a few weeks ago when we got started because of the heat. We started seeing a lot of cramping up, and this is where hopefully the coolness will maybe keep us from seeing as much of that going on tonight.
Cameron Brown being helped off the field. He looks a little shaken still, like he's
Yeah,
unsteady.
he's definitely.
I don't see anything with the legs. That could be a situation with concussion or
He's
blow
wearing
to the head.
He's wearing a lot of turf on his helmet as he comes off.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure.
he's shaky. Well, the ball's right at midfield, and they need the Bulldog 46-yard line for a first down. So it's 3rd and 4, and Mitchell Dozier wide to the right. In tight man coverage, the corner on Dozier, wing to the left. Give straight ahead to the fullback. Kobe Nikolai running over tacklers, and he's going to pick up the first down.
His way up to the 45-yard line. He just kept that head down. Wow.
Navash Daly and Joshua Garrett on the tackle.
Looks a little bit like Rocky Blyer, as I remember in my kid days, watching just kind of grabbing that ball with both hands and keeping those shoulders squared and just keep running.
If you're not familiar with the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not going to be able to speak Jeff Knoll vocabulary.
And we're talking old-time Steeler too, man.
1st and 10, Meade County Green Wave, double wing, rolling to the right.
Got all kinds
Trent
of time.
Mofield, he's going to run
Reversing
back to the left.
field.
He's got space. Good.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
going
we
to throw a
certainly
clipping
have the clip.
call.
Yeah, we saw
and
that
it's going to be
coming.
thrown away.
Man, another one of those high-risk reward. And
Well, I'll tell you what I
opportunities
saw, Jeff. As Trent's rolling to the right, he's looking down the field. Honestly, on the hitch route, he had Mitchell Dozier, his #1 receiver, wide open on a hitch route. As he finally gets his eyes back to the hitch, the corner has closed on it. He had a good, easy 6-yard completion. By the time he was ready to make the throw, it was covered up again, and
Too late.
he had nothing. As he's rolling back the other way, there's a clip, I guess. Is that what you saw,
Yeah,
Jeff?
I did see that one, but there's two flags down. There's one down on the far side over by Meade County's bench as well.
That may be a grounding call.
We might have offsetting penalties here.
Ball's thrown away. Well, they may both be on Meade.
Or
Intentional
both be on
grounding
Meade.
and a
Yeah,
clipping call,
absolutely.
possibly.
That's correct.
I don't know if that was a clip. It looked like the offensive lineman got his head across in front, but
Yeah,
it was close.
it's so
It's
hard.
a judgment.
Yeah, once that quarterback reverses his field direction, and we definitely have a block in the back. That's declined. They are going to take the intentional grounding.
So it appears as though that's a spot foul, yards from the spot. That's going to bring up a big one, Jeff.
Because he was.
I think it's a loss of down as well.
Wow, he was a good
2nd down.
10 yards behind the scrimmage when he was throwing it. So,
Folks, it brings up a 2nd and 25. That's going
Wow.
to bring Meade County to the line of scrimmage in a shotgun formation. After getting a couple first downs, now they've put themselves way back again. Mofield takes a snap, looking to his left. He's got the hitch route this time and just off on the throw. Dominic Hope, linebacker,
Mofield's
just
pass incomplete.
hit Mofield right in the chest that time. Big hit.
well, we're looking at. Is this 3rd? It's still 3rd down and forever.
3rd and 25, middle left side of the field, maybe just inside the hash marks. And they're waiting for the call. Trent Mofield will jog back on the field with 4:30 to go in the quarter. John Hardin going to get a stop here. They're going to have an opportunity to get the football back with plenty of time to move it down the field. So Meade County looking for a big pickup here. We've got trips to the right. Again, Mitchell Dozier down here to the right. Cole Miller down here to the right. Their 2 leading receivers. Looking to his left is Trent Mofield.
Going
He's
for all
going
of it.
deep. Ooh.
And there is a big-time flag thrown on that one. He was pretty much hanging on his back, but
There was a flag on the play.
Looks like that was number 21, Jalen Springs, the big running back for John Harding coverage. And I guess he had a hold of his shirt. He was hanging on pretty
yeah,
good.
he did. He knew he was burned on that one, and so I guess you take the you just decide which one you want. Either let him go, and that if he'd have caught that ball in stride, he was gone.
For Meade County, that was, I believe, wide receiver
Holding on the
number
Bulldogs.
26. That's Zach Carter, actually running back Zach Carter, the leading rusher for the Green Wave. He had a step.
He definitely had a step on him. So it's
All right.
3rd down, still remains 3rd down.
They gained 10 yards on the penalty, but it's still 3rd and 15 in the shotgun formation again. 3 wide to the right. one to the left. Looking to the left again. They're going to throw
Same
the
play.
same play. 26,
this
Zach
time,
Carter making the catch
He
down
makes
to
the
the 20.
catch, and the officials missed an offensive push-off. He absolutely pushed Jalen, no question about it.
Actually, I believe that's number 20 that
20,
time.
was
Not-
that number 20?
J.J.
It was
Richardson
J.J.
for Meade
Richardson.
County Green Wave.
Yeah,
Making a big catch out there. Maybe
it was
showing.
It was definitely a beautiful catch. There's no question about it. But he got away with a push-off.
To me, he's showing savvy.
That's a good way to say that.
He's
That's a good way to say that. But I'm just going to be flat out.
offensive pass interference or savvy, depends on if
Savvy,
the yellow
whatever
flag
you want
comes
to call
out.
it.
1st and 10 to give straight ahead to Nikolai, and he's stopped after a gain of 1.
Ball carried by number 2, Kobe.
Looked like Webb on the tackle again there, Elijah
Absolutely.
Webb.
Big, huge play for Meade County.
73 Elijah Webb making the tackle. A 2-yard gain for Nikolai. Nikolai will report out of the game. So 2nd and 8 from the left hash. Meade County with 3:41. They've made several huge plays on this drive now to pick up what was seemingly 3rd and a million. And now they're sitting inside the Bulldog 20-yard line.
Impact of that defensive interference.
Another
Pass out to the
fade.
side. Nothing happened in that time.
Mitchell Dozier, 13, the intended target.
He fell down, but that ball was out of his reach anyway.
3rd down.
Joshua Garrett in coverage, and as you said, you're right, that was overthrown. They didn't have an opportunity to go get that ball. All
So
right.
there you go.
3rd and 8, Jeff.
Knocking
and
at the door at the red zone.
I would have to suspect that they are probably in 4-down territory. You're just as likely on a 3rd and long here to see a run play as you are a pass play. So we'll see what
Absolutely.
Coach Mofield will dial up here in a 3rd and 8 situation.
3 minutes left in the half, down by 1, absolutely.
Shotgun formation again. Trent Mofield behind center. He's going to roll to his right, looking.
He's running out of
Being-
space, throws the ball. Wow. There's a flag in the backfield. Maybe it's going to be, that may be roughing the passer.
Isaiah Reed had a beat on him, didn't he, Jeff? But I guess
Yeah,
he
he
hit him
absolutely
after
did. Yeah, I'm actually surprised they didn't call defensive interference on that one, but I couldn't really see it. But
Flag on the play.
Number 20, Nicholas Surley Jr. was in coverage there. Actually, and number 10, Willie Johnson. But he was looking again for Mitchell Dozier. But
Yep. roughing the passer.
oh my goodness, yeah, they had all kinds of heat on Trent Mofield, and Trent could have set up inside of what appeared to be a good block, but he kept on sprinting out right into the pass rush of Isaiah Reed. But
Actually, it wasn't a bad pass considering the pressure he was under.
It's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 9, Jeff. Meade County continues the march with 3:16 to go.
Left hash mark, red zone.
Wing formation to the left, overbalance to the left, give straight ahead. A lot of space.
Takes
I think
that
that's
down
actually
to
number
about-
7.
That is
Jeff, that's Donovan Matthews that time,
Ball
number
carried by
7.
number 7, Donovan Matthews.
everybody but the referees were motioning touchdown.
Gain of
But
7. 2nd down.
Bring up 2nd and goal from the 1.5, 1 yard line.
Pretty
They're close.
Timeout.
this is where they want to
Timeout
take
Bulldogs.
some time. You don't want to go backwards.
Well, with 2:55 to go, John Hardin 7, Meade County 6, but Meade County trying to kick the door down here on the 1 yard line. 2nd and goal. Great opportunity, Jeff.
You know, this is where you have that, going into this, obviously Meade County's that running team, but their quarterback's an effective passer when he needs to be. So he's got some touchdowns, got some, passing touchdowns on the year. So, you can't just sit back and think they're going to try to punch this in. Although, they got a big guy, even though he's not their main running back.
Well, here we are. Yeah, as you mentioned, Trent Mofield, 40 of 74 on the year for 619 yards and 5 touchdowns. And he's been effective tonight. He's had several big completions. I don't think his percentage has been great tonight, but he's hit some big plays. But I got to expect, knowing Larry Mofield, that this ball will be handed off to one of the 2 big backs. They got 2 big ones in there right now. number 2, Kobe Nikolai, and number 7, Donovan Matthews. So they've loaded the backfield with the big kids. Slot formation to the left. Fumbled snap. Ball's on the ground.
John Harden has that ball. Absolutely.
Fumble on the play. The ball
Best
recovered
defense in
by
the world is
John
picking
Harden.
up the fumble.
Number 50, Cameron Brown, who just came off the field about 5 minutes ago.
He's
with
not
an injury,
dazed
is
now.
back
Ball
on the
recovered
field
by
and
number
makes a
50, Cameron
huge
Brown.
play. Bad
Beautiful
snap.
play.
The ball
Third
gets
ball.
kicked to the left. Cameron Brown all over it. He sees it,
Wow,
jumps on it, and
absolutely. Wow, big, huge break. Great defense by John Harden, knocking that ball loose.
well, we talked about how opportunistic we thought Meade County would be, and they showed it with a pick 6.
But John Harden's taking
John
their
Harden.
opportunities as well.
Absolutely. Meade County has not put an offensive score on the board yet, and
See if they can bust something out and get a little bit of breathing room here.
Springs calling signals. 4 wide receivers are in the shotgun, even from their own 2 or 3 yard line. Give inside to Case, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards. Good run.
Yeah, it gives them a little bit of room in there.
That's number 23, I believe. No, I think it's 25, Dominic Hodges with the carry.
Ball
And so
carried down to
Hodges,
25, Dominic Hodges.
the big 6-yard carry.
Gains
It'll
good
be
for
2nd
5
and 4
yards.
now from the
Second
right
down.
hash. Deep in their own territory. I believe they're on their own 7-yard line.
Well, at least Russell's not standing in his own end zone taking the snap.
Trips to the short side of the field. The give again up inside. It looks like Hodges with the ball again. Stopped at
Bounces
first, but
off
good
and-
second
yeah,
effort.
Absolutely,
Ball
bounces off,
carried,
makes a
number
couple more
25,
yards.
Dominic Hodges.
I think
Punches
he's going
it
to leave
through.
a 3rd and short,
Gain
Jeff.
4, third down.
Probably
Yeah.
a big down here, 3rd and 1.
Absolutely, with 2 minutes left, they've got plenty of time. If they could march this ball all the way down and get some kind of score on the board, wow, that would be huge momentum.
I think they'd be thrilled with just getting another 1st down and keeping the ball away from Meade County here late in the half.
I'm thinking
Play
big.
called. You're thinking big, that's right.
Thinking big, man.
Bulldogs are looking to score.
2-minute drill.
We got a timeout called. It'll be John Harden taking the timeout as I see Coach Engstrand already on the field.
So, yeah. Either he didn't like something or he's changed his plan
Timeout
of attack.
Bulldogs.
Well, with 1:39 to go, the big momentum shift here again is a turnover, just as we talked about in the
Right.
pregame.
Both
This
times.
time, this time the
Goes
Bulldog
John.
defense holding up down
John
on their
Hart's
own goal line. This is an HCEC TV student production, division of the Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcasts of all local HCEC TV programs on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, and Spectrum Communications on Channel 184. Jeff, Coach Engstrand is having a talk with his guys there on 3rd and 2. What do you think we might expect to see here?
I think he's changed directions on what maybe he thought maybe the plan of attack would be. I'm not surprised. I will not be surprised if he's going to take advantage of this, see if they can march it down and put some points on the board. I know we've only got 1:39 left, but
Well, his formation choice seems to bear that out, Jeff. He doesn't have a back in the backfield.
it's not. Justin
If-
Russell can pass that ball, as we well know, so
Em-
he's
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left. He's looking to his left. He's rolling to his left. He's going to run the
he's gonna
football.
keep
He
that
is going to
ball.
run it.
He
Quarterback
absolutely
sweep.
is. And he fumbled the ball. Meade County.
They're calling it down, but I believe
Ball carried
down.
Dominic
16,
Hodges
Justin
was the
Russell.
one on the ball there already. It will be a 1st down.
So you're
Good
gonna-
call by
Yeah.
by Coach.
Absolutely. Picks up 1st down.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and throw the ball,
First
a
down,
sprint
Bulldogs.
left, but design run all the way, it looked like, Jeff.
Yeah, there was no question. He was never going to throw that ball. That wasn't coming out of his hands. Beautiful play.
Empty backfield, 1st and 10. Still from their own 15-yard line. Russell in shotgun formation. Got to take care of the football with 1:26 to go in the half. He's looking down the field. He's going to go ahead
He's
and run
got
the
all
ball.
kinds of room.
Breaks a couple
Continuing
tackles.
to roll it. Wow, beautiful play.
15-yard pickup on the scramble by
Justin
Justin
Russell.
Russell.
Totally surprised that Meade County's not picking that up.
Runs for 15 yards.
But you got the
Another
same
first
look, 2
down,
plays in a
Bulldogs.
row. Both times he tucks it and runs.
Number 18, Brandon Heffinger, was on the tackle there. John Harden trying to keep things moving quickly here. Russell's going to get ready for the snap. 1:10 clock
Nobody stayed
Rolling.
home at Meade County at the quarterback.
Looking to his left. We've got a
Does
screen
throw it
pass to
this
Darian
time.
Davis. Davis has got some space. They've set up the screen
Continuing to
beautifully.
run. He's still moving. But he's down at about the, looks like he may have picked up a first down. Boy, that's going to be a close one right here. They may stop that clock and measure.
That is good news for them to stop the clock there. They're going to call it a first down and 10 to stop the clock for that.
Very
And,
good.
First and 10 Bulldogs from the 40-yard line, and
Good
Coach
spot for John Harden.
Engstrand is going to call his, I believe, third and final timeout of the half to talk it over. And with 53 seconds to go, they still got a ways to go here, but
They're moving the ball. Looks like
Moving
Coach
the football.
Engstrand and I are kind of on the same wavelength here.
it looks like you are. Maybe he's thinking points, Jeff. I don't
would
know.
be. I'm not a coach, but I would be.
Well, this former coach would be thinking, let's get in ahead at halftime, especially after Meade County just gave us a gift down on the goal line.
That's true.
Gift wrapped a fumble for us down there when it appeared as though they were going to take the lead
You
back.
know that former quarterback that likes to pass the ball that you would like to go for it.
I would probably take a couple shots, but we're
rolling it in.
sometimes that's why the
I got to
coaches-
give it to Coach Engstrand. Those two plays, the tuck the ball and run, were just brilliant. Brilliantly designed. Totally shocked that Meade County didn't pick it up the second time. But then the third time he did pass it, so play action worked.
Well, we've got it back in the backfield now. Dominic Hodge is standing next to Justin Russell. I don't know if that's for pass protection or if they're going to go ahead and run the football here, but we've got trips to the left. He's looking to throw the football. He's looking down the field, up the right sideline, a little bit wide of his target.
Not catchable on that one.
Target was number 85, Shelby Gosnell.
He could have, if you would have had the proverbial over the back shoulder, he could have got that ball. But other than that, he was well defended.
Russell's pass
That'll bring up
intended for
second and
Gosnell.
10. Again, they're on their own 40-yard line. 47.8 seconds remaining in the half. Russell ready to receive the snap. Deshaun Johnson to the right. Darian Davis to the left. Fake. Russell
Beautiful
with the
fake.
ball.
Russell, oh my, Russell was hit hard.
Well, that's not surprising. That's Nikolai, number 2 on the
Justin
tackle,
Russell,
turning him back.
We got a John Harden player getting up slow, number 13.
Deshaun
Deshaun
Johnson, their leading receiver. It appears as though it's a right ankle injury. Deshaun was dealing with that last week. He was in and out of the lineup in the second half against Central Hardin. It looks like the injury I'm sure he's been dealing with now for several weeks. It looks like it's coming back to bite him.
That's
He's actually
tough.
down on the ground, and he's in quite a bit of pain. So that
He
does
is.
not look good for Deshaun Johnson.
No, it
It's
does not.
obviously a nagging, ongoing problem that he's got.
You got the head coach coming out to check on you.
They're going to help him up. I think they know what's going on. There's no need to diagnose because
He's not able to put much pressure on that at all. It's got to be the ankle.
Again, that's what the same ankle he was dealing with last week, and was struggling in and out of the lineup in the fourth quarter against Central Hardin. As they get him off the field, they'll be taking the field again, 3rd and 5.
Painful injury.
Four wide receivers. Dominic Hodges at running back. Russell,
Third and
29
about.
seconds.
4.5. He's
Looking
for
to his right, looking back to his left. Darian Davis open.
Oh,
cannot
drops
handle
the
it.
ball.
Russell's pass intended
You
for
know, that
Darian
was a
Davis,
case right
incomplete.
there where sometimes the receiver's got to help your QB out. The ball was thrown a little bit short, and he stood there and waited for it instead of going back to catch it. And I'm sure sometimes as a quarterback that would frustrate you a little bit. I mean, sometimes you're just going to be a little bit short, but
Well, you're expecting your teammate to make a play, and
Yeah.
that's what they're supposed to do, and you expect that. It'll be Dakota Reisner, number 42, in punt formation to kick it away with 21.6 seconds to go. They'll turn the ball back over to Meade County. Did a good job getting it off their
Yeah.
own end zone.
he's got opportunity here at least field position-wise to pin him back pretty close. Decent punt. We're going to let that hit and bounce. Meade County's moving away. John Harden's going to go ahead and down that.
So Meade County with 10 seconds remaining in the half will take over on their own 26-yard line. It was Cole Miller back deep, and he was waving his teammates away from the ball. He knew it was not a fieldable kick, so they'll take over, and I have a feeling that we'll
going
see
for it.
them kneel down and
I'm
take
pretty
this
sure
into the
that's
halftime.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing now. Well, we had a lot of back and forth on that one. Once again, turnovers could have made an even bigger difference, but ended up not. Certainly did help John Harden at this point in time to stop that, because somehow or other they were probably going to put points on the board.
Well, it's victory formation here at the half. They're going to kneel on it, and we'll go to halftime. The home team, John Harden Bulldogs 7, the visiting Meade County Green Waves 6. We'll be back after a short break for our second half of action from Bulldogs Stadium.
Tonight is Staff Appreciation Night. We would like to thank our sponsors, Dixie E-Town Lanes, Papa Murphy's, Penn Station, Rafferty's, Chick-fil-A, Red Lobster, Heartland Golf Course.
I'm Tim Isaacs. I'm the principal here at Central Hardin High School, getting ready to start another year. We've added a few teachers of roles. We had a couple retire. Excited to have Miss Angie Gom starting in chemistry. It's been a while since we've had a new chemistry teacher, and we've always been blessed to have wonderful ones, and I think she's going to continue on with the tradition. Matter of fact, I got 3 new science teachers, got a couple alumni home. Cody Elmore, who's new in science, is alumni coming home. Kim Gibson is new in the science department upstairs. Paige Wilson, also an alumni in the English department. She'll be with us. Alex Valls, alumni in social studies. So excited about new bodies that are with us. Always happy to have the outstanding faculty I have. We got good kids. Enrollment's looking strong as usual. So we're always glad to see kids who want to be here and be a part of Central Hardin.
Chris Adams, I'm the senior counselor here at Central Hardin. We're doing open house tonight where all of our seniors are picking up their schedules. For the seniors this year, they just need to make sure they get all of their credits in line so they're on track to graduate. We also have a financial aid night coming up next week that we'd invite all the seniors to and their parents on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock here at Central Hardin. That's that first Tuesday of the first full week. And just stay in touch. Anything on as far as college questions, financial aid, scholarships, and all that, please make sure you stay in touch with your counselors on that.
A little bit of this right here.
My name is Scott Bryant, and I'm selling shirts for the lady basketball team.
Hello, my name is Sylvester Cole, and we're getting the schedules for the kids to ride the buses to and from.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Mandy Sanders, and I work in the Youth Services Center here at Central Hardin High School. The coordinator in the Youth Services Center is Carol Brangers. We are here to help your kids in any way that they may need help with school supplies. They just need help with any type of assistance that keeps them from learning. And if you need anything, you can call the main office here at Central Hardin High School and just ask for Carol Brangers or Mandy Sanders in the Youth Services Center. Thank you.
I'm Anna. I am a senior here at Central. I'm also the state Beta Club secretary. So I ran for state office at this past year's convention and won, so I'm a state officer, state representative. And so tonight we're just promoting the Beta Club, trying to promote membership. Every state is trying to increase membership by 10% this year. And so we're really hoping that we can increase our membership in our school and at our state level and just boost Beta Club.
What's the best way for people to learn more about the Beta Club?
I think getting involved is probably the best way to learn more about it. I, going into Beta Club, didn't really know what it was and didn't realize that it had more emphasis on service than it did on academics and achievement. So it's just really awesome to get involved and be able to serve your community and your school.
Best club. My name's Bradley Mattingly. I'm with the Y Club. We're just trying to get people to sign up, and it's a really good club to learn about the government. A good way to get involved is text at 2018 Y Club to 81010.
Hi, I'm Michelle Noel Bolden. I'm with Communicare, and we do school-based therapy here. And so the best number to get a hold of us to set up a new appointment or ask any questions is 1-888-344-8066.
Hi, my name is Bailey Childress. I'm with the Central Hardin Art Club, and we're getting people to sign up for Art Club, which is a club that people can do to do things in the community, art in the community, and things in that order. We meet monthly, and it's a very fun club to do, and we hope that people sign up.
I'm Amy Cohn. I'm Director of Recruitment at ECTC. I'm here today giving information about dual credit for all of you juniors and seniors and even some sophomores. And then for all of our seniors interested in coming to ECTC next year, we also have information about that. If you have any questions, you can give us a call at 270-706-8800.
Hi, my name is Sarah Furness. I'm a counselor with the Educational Opportunity Center at ECTC. We're a grant-based program, and our whole mission is to increase the number of people that enroll into college. So anything to help get you there, looking at colleges, choosing a major, completing the FAFSA, we can help you with. You can give us a call at 270-706-8469.
Hi, my name is Linda Lowe. I'm the Child Nutrition Manager for Central Hardin High School. This year we have a new and exciting line called the International Line. It is a line that changes every day of the week. We're going to have lo mein this year as well as Euros. The prices for the lunches have not changed. It is still $2.70 for a full-time student, 40 cents for reduced lunch, and of course we also offer the free lunches if you qualify. We also have a breakfast that is free to all students, and you can go to the main child nutrition page and get a free and reduced lunch form to fill out, and that will automatically go to our office to see if you're approved for that. Also, you can go to My Meal Pay Plus, create an account, and with that account you can check your child's foods that they eat daily and also check to see what their balances are on their accounts. Thank you, and we enjoy what we do, and we're proud to see you and can't wait to see you this year. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dwayna Nance Pittman with Mod Squad. Mod Squad is a teen outreach for teens by teens, and we provide free mentoring and tutoring to elementary, middle school, and high school students. Right now, we're looking for mentors and tutors, and we're also having a free fall camp, and we're looking for applicants for the camp. You can reach us at 270-319-8079 or 270-300-1740.
Hello, I'm Spencer Yates. I'm with Vex Robotics here at Central. Pretty much what we do, we just compete, build robots, compete in tournaments, and try and win as much as we can. We've been pretty successful for the past years. And to find out more, just go August 28th to EC3 after school, and that'll be our first meeting.
I'm Andy Perry. I'm going to be heading up the Central Hardin Bass Fishing Club this year. It's a brand new club, first year. Bass fishing's not really new to high school. It's new to this area. We are part of the KSAA. Basically what it does is not only does it teach the kids how to fish, they get to compete in tournaments. Also, we'll be teaching about careers that's available in the fish and wildlife field. Talk about fish conservation, water conservation, and academics and things like that. It's a really good sport. It's a really good program. We'll run the tournaments, actually run year-round, 1 or 2 a month. There's a regional tournament, a state tournament available. They've got chances to fish in Kentucky, they do well enough, they can actually travel to another state to compete in the Student Angler Federation's National and World Tournament. It's a great thing. We're really excited to be able to have it here at Central, and just ask everybody that can come out and get some information, and let's go fishing.
Hello, I'm Coach Phil Kaiser, the Central Hardin wrestling coach, and with me is my team mom, Dawn O'Donnell. We're here tonight at the school open house, passing out all the admin paperwork for our team. I have to complete all that so we can get started as quickly as school begins. Hope to start our season next week. Traditionally, we have about 45 wrestlers with the program, and I'm hoping to do about the same this year. Season will actually start on the 15th of October and run through about the middle of February.
I'm Gage Powers, and I play lacrosse here at Central Hardin High School. And so lacrosse is a new sport around here, so like a lot of people haven't played it, especially in Kentucky, but E-Town especially. And so us, E-Town, Fort Knox, and North all have a team, and it's new around here. But if you want to come join out, talk to Officer Robinson at Central, and he'll tell you everything about it and how to join, and that's all.
I'm Tony Wiley, and I'm with KHEA, Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, KHEAA.com, and we do the KEYS money, that money students get for good grades while they're in high school. Also this year we have some other grants that students can take advantage of. They are the dual credit scholarship they can get either as a junior or senior, or the Work Ready scholarship they can get for area technology type classes or at the community college, and they're broken down here. So even 9th and 10th graders can take advantage of that. You didn't know you were going to get all that good information, did you? No.
I'm Ryan Getler. I'm Central Hardin's cross country captain, and cross country, guys, it is by far the best experience ever in my high school career. You meet so many incredible people. You make such incredible friends, honestly, lifelong friends, and it's just no matter what grade you are, I don't care if you're 6th grade or a senior in high school, you are welcome. Seriously, you are welcome. You become part of the family ASAP.
My name is Jackson Flanagan. I'm a senior, and I'm representing Pep Club. Basically what Pep Club is, it's a good way to network with other students and to plan like pep rallies, football game themes, and it's a good way to just work together and become a better teammate and leader. So
how can people get involved?
Well, they can simply just come here and sign up, pay $15, give their t-shirt size, or they can talk to Miss Blair and get more information from her. So it's a really simple process.
I'm Marissa Mormon. I'm with NECO. We are a foster care and behavioral health agency. Our phone number is 270-505-4183.
So what is the service that you offer?
We provide therapeutic foster care, so we recruit foster parents to provide care to those foster youth coming into care, as well as we do outpatient therapy for youth, counseling services.
Hi, good evening. I'm Natalie Reed. I'm the school nurse, Central Hardin High School, and this is our program that will be starting January the 2nd, Healthy Kids Clinic. This will be our new company called Healthy Kids Club out of Russell Springs, Kentucky. And if the nurse sees fit that the child could see a nurse practitioner, that child will be able to see the nurse practitioner at the school. We will contact the parent for approval, and then we will call the nurse practitioner and they will come to our school. If you need any more information on this new program that's starting, please call Janae Sutton at Hardin County Schools. Thanks.
My name is Janelle Williams. I'm an educator with Silverleaf. We are a local nonprofit based out of Elizabethtown, and we provide a number of free services to anyone who's been impacted by sexual violence in any kind. We also come into the schools, and specifically here at Central, we talk to the teenagers about kind of what to look out for and how to keep themselves and their friends safe.
My name is Sergeant First Class Copus. I'm sitting here today at Central Hardin High School talking with students about the great opportunities in the Army Reserve. You can reach me at 502-257-1005, come on out. There's a lot of great booths out here, and I think you would really enjoy your time. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to come out and talk to us.
Hi, I'm Cameron Ibarra. I'm the secretary with the Central Hardin Football Boosters. We are selling t-shirts, lanyards, car stickers. We've also got stadium seating for $25 with a parking pass. Come out and support the Football Boosters. We are looking forward to seeing everyone.
Hi, I'm Zoe McCarthy. I go to Central Hardin High School. I've been doing drama club for 4 years. Tonight, we are doing sign-ups for our play here in town. Our musical, our play, The Crucible, sign-ups for our drama club, which we are going to go see The Curious Incident of the Dog Into the Night, a really good play. If you guys want to join, contact somebody, Miss Dakin, who is our teacher, or one of us. We will be happy to help you guys in any way we can. You should join because theater is amazing. We make memories, we make friends, we make connections that we can't make in any other group.
Hi, it's John Thomas.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium here at John Hardin High School for second half of action. We return to action here in the second half with the homestanding Bulldogs 7, the visiting Meade County Green Wave 6, and a low-scoring affair, a defensive affair, but a lot of exciting action. Jeff, what do you predict for the second half? What do you expect to see?
My thoughts really are, and I may be out of line here, but I really feel like John Hardin's going to bust out in this second half. A couple of reasons. Number one, they've already proven at least 2 games in their first game, and then they're definitely have an opportunity in the second half to come back and put some points up on the board. Secondly, we really started to begin to see their offense click. They started to do some variations on a theme there towards the end with the quarterback keep. I think even though they were trying to make something happen in a very unique situation, it might have given them some opening thoughts. And I honestly do not think, and I could be, again, totally wrong, I think the strength of Meade County is their running game. And you and I both know, you don't get your running game going, your passing game's not going to happen. And so I just don't think they're going to be able to get that running game because John Hardin's pursuit on defense. So I look at this to continue to be a defensive struggle, but I also feel like John Hardin's going to break out this second half.
Well, they have been a second half team. I will say I have a hard time picking against Meade County. I've coached against them for so many years and know that they're a physical, gritty, tough team. They're the kind of team that will never go away. They've played in some really close games here against really tough teams in the last few weeks. I'd have a hard time picking against Meade County until I see it happen. I would have a really rough time. However, to play the Jeff Knoll advocate here, that sounded
it's
awful.
It's all good. No, you're
but
totally.
To be with you on that, again, it's hard to see Meade County doing a whole lot in the second half because John Hardin's defensive front has dominated this football game. They have been in the backfield wreaking havoc. If Meade County can't fix that problem, then you're absolutely right. There's no way they're going to sustain anything. They could hit a big play. They could hit a couple of big plays. Right. They could possibly, create another turnover, which, again, we've said the Bulldogs are prone to those big turnovers. But, honestly, if they can't figure out how to handle the John Hardin defensive front with their offensive line, it's going to be a problem for them. And John Hardin certainly will continue to be the second half football team that they've been so far and pull this thing out. I'm a little biased. I can't pick against Meade County.
You've got years of experience there.
Years of getting beaten by Meade County.
So I totally get that. I'm the novice coming in on this, and I'm just based on what I'm seeing in that first half. And the unknown, what we said was how much of a difference is going to make when you've got your starting guard and your stud running back, and you're a running team that gives you the foundation for the effective passing you have, and they're gone. That was the unknown. I think we've seen a lot of that. Now, they could have made some adjustments. They definitely found a way to get that running game going. When they brought in the other running back who was more speed than he was power, they were able. Now that could be the variable if they were made some adjustments to be able to capitalize on that and take that, and they get that running game going, things start rolling. But that's a huge variable because that's not who they are. That's not what they've been for the last 4 games. So, yeah, I'm definitely going against Stream by that pick. But I think John Hardin started to get some momentum, get a little bit of confidence under their belt, you know. And you and I both know once you start getting that confidence rolling, man, that can really make a difference. So.
And that's probably the difference between what we see tonight and what we saw several weeks ago when they played North Hardin.
Right.
It looked very competitive for a half, and then they fell apart. It doesn't look like a team that's going to be falling apart tonight. You were referencing the running back from Meade County. It's number 10, Nathan Holly, who came in and did a really good job.
Yeah.
They did drive the ball and fumble it on the 1-yard line. Zach Owens to kick. He'll kick it deep this time, and there's a flag. It's got to be an offside.
This is certainly not the way that John Hardin wants to start the game.
Well, again, we're continuing to see John Hardin making some mental
Offsides.
errors. Offsides to start the half, and again, Zach Owens had kicked a nice kick deep.
I think if I could have put one caveat on my prediction, that would be if they can continue to not get in penalty situations. I mean, that destroys.
They've been prone to that, haven't they, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a culture of penalties, I don't care what your strategy is. That culture of penalties will eat strategy for breakfast.
Well, let's try it again. Take 2. Zach Owens, number 27, to kick it away. Kick is away, down the middle.
Decent kick for the penalty. That's some good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Number 26, T-Shawn Moore, just about decapitated the Meade County returnman. I think it was number 83, Jake Carmen, with the ball.
I don't know how his helmet's still on.
I don't know if you could hear my voice, Jeff, or anybody at home there, but I
scared.
shuddered.
I was scared. I was
Holy
literally
cow.
scared. I think it was a combination of his feet slipping forward. I think his feet slipped a little bit, which emphasized the fall, but wow, that was ugly.
Well, number 54, Jack Parker, the Meade County center, brings his offensive line to the scrimmage line, and see if they can get something going here.
Under
To
center.
give to Holly now off the left side. The
beautiful run off the side.
The
Wow, there
XB
you go.
play, which is cross buck.
There you go. That was what we said could be the deal. If they can get that rolling, then they start getting some confidence in their offense.
That was behind big number 75, Cole Knoop. He's 6'3", 245, and again, we're going to keep our eyes on these Meade County offensive linemen to see if they can handle the pressure from the John Hardin defense a little better.
This is where the John Hardin defense is going to have to stop and think, because before they were busting through the line, but you bust through that line too fast, then you miss a back if you're not paying attention.
2nd and 4. Give again, straight ahead.
Beautiful
First down,
hole.
6-yard carry.
Yeah.
Again, that's number 10 from Meade County. It's Nathan Holly leading off. Just like you said, you were predicting that maybe he was the difference in the running game, and here he goes.
They've definitely made some adjustments on their blocking schemes against John Hardin because they have opened those gaps. And
That's
he's hitting them hard.
Jeff, that's a play called XB, which means cross buck. You've got a crossing action from your guard and tackle on a cross block. And they've run that twice in a row now. Very effective play for them to start the half. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. They give straight ahead to Holly again. Big carry for 9 yards straight ahead.
He was one tackle away from a touchdown on that one.
Fullback trap straight ahead that time. The last 2 crossbuck plays just between guard and tackle. That one straight ahead over the center to bring up a 2nd and 1. So we talked about how they played from behind the sticks. Now at 2nd and 1, they're in a great situation.
They're moving it. They're moving the chains. Well, this is your understanding of who they are and the way they're coached. And we're not talking about a novice coach here.
Absolutely. Larry Mofeld's been around. Give again, Nathan Holly for 4th straight play. Big gain again, 8 yards.
Up the middle. Now, John Hardin's got to figure out what they, whatever the scheme is they're using to block, because right now they are getting owned by
It
that
appeared as though in the
offensive
first half they were on the attack, but right now
Yeah.
they are getting attacked.
Yeah, they're on their heels. They're not busting through. They're just they're being owned at this point.
wing T formation to the left, overbalanced with the wide receiver to the same side. Gives straight ahead again, this time to Matthews, number 7, straight ahead, breaks a tackle into the secondary. First down, Meade County again. That's number 7 again. That's Donovan Matthews.
Their center is firing out, making a block that gives just enough hesitation on that left defensive tackle that it is dead stopping him, and because he had the runner in his hands, but he was stretched out with the center at his feet, and there's no leverage to pull a guy down. So it's not like he's going through that line untouched, but the blocking is that center's. It's a good center.
54,
really,
Jack Parker's who that is for the Green Waves again. Wing T to the left, give to Matthews again off the left side. That's the crossbuck for about 4 yards. Another good gain.
Yeah. That interior line, they figured it out. They figured out how to do it without their guard that they're missing.
2nd down and 6 from the left hash. They're running the ball into the short side of the field. I've found Mofield loves to run the ball into the short side more than most coaches do, and he's taking advantage of the short side of the field right now. Again, Matthews, Nikolai in the backfield, the 2 big backs. Both set to the left. Toss sweep to the left. A lot of space over there.
Wow.
Number 23 for John Harden.
When
that's Will Kaysen on the tackle.
The logic behind running to the short side of the field, I'm assuming it's because it just changes the dynamics of the pursuit and closes down the
You're a little more straight at him, Jeff, and it's a little harder for pursuit.
Right.
It's a more straight line kind of a game. A lot of times defenses will set their strength to the wide side of the field too. So a lot of times you're facing fewer defenders, and so it gives you an advantage. 3rd and 2, big 3rd down. They give to Matthews again, straight ahead. He stood up.
This time he's
going to be close, Jeff.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think he made it. He may have made it just across the 24-yard line, but I do not believe he picked up the 1st down.
I believe that's 60 Carson Grider who was in on the tackle.
I don't know, boy.
Maybe it's 50 Cameron Brown. 50 Cameron Brown. It's really close, and
they're
moving the chains.
Wow. We're on the opposite side of the field. It did not look like he had it from here.
50 Cameron Brown on the tackle, along with a host of Bulldogs, but 1st down.
Generous spot for Meade County.
Well, they've come right out after half, and we're 4 minutes into the 2nd quarter, and they're still marching.
It's coach's dream. Come out of the half, get the ball, run some clock, dominate the line, destroy any momentum.
Holly at halfback. He's going to get the football. Straight ahead, Nathan Holly
continues to move.
Cuts to the left, about a 6 to 7 yard gain. Is going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
He has sustained this running, and really we only saw 2 spurts of that in the 1st half. It just makes you wonder where was that in the 1st half. I guess the blocking wasn't there, but it is now.
Well, you can see Elijah Webb, the big John Harden defensive tackle, trotting off the field. Again, the sustained drive is starting to wear on the John Harden Bulldog defensive front.
They've got to be gassed.
The difference is you're seeing a lot of downhill running straight at the defense, attacking, nothing sideways.
Yeah.
1 sweep play that was very successful to the short side of the field. They've got all their backs to the right side of the field here. Overbalanced right. They're going to run right. Straight ahead, fullback lead for about 6 yards. 1st down.
This is what's known as straight up smash mouth football.
It
We're going to
is.
take this ball. We're going to run it at you. You can stop us if you want.
So they're giving it to Nathan Holly, who you pointed out in the 1st half appears to be more the speed back, but he's running right behind Nikolai, the horse.
He is. He is speed, but he's not. He's got enough power.
He's not timid, is he?
He's not timid. He's fast.
1st and goal from the 10 there, deep in John Harden territory. Turn and give again to Holly, straight ahead. Cameron Brown on the tackle.
Wow. Nikolai is like having a Caterpillar bulldozer in front of you. I mean, that dude just flies up into that hole and clears it.
So Isaiah Banks along with Cameron Brown on the tackle there. Big stop. Short gain, about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Meade County probably, again, I don't know as far as the kicking game, how much faith Coach Mofield will have in his kicking game, but maybe 4-down territory here. Wing T formation to the right, overbalanced with the receiver. Mitchell to the right. Back to the left, Zach Carter with the football and brought down.
Okay, so something works, and then you do a variation on it that's so drastically different. And everything about that was opposite. Went to the wide side of the field, spread it out, long developing play. John Harden is fast. They're gassed, but they are fast. So, you know, took a risk, but got nothing.
That was, again, it was 50 Cameron Brown and 56 Isaiah Reed on the stop. They're stringing the play out to the sideline. It's 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line here. Nikolai checks out of the lineup. We're going to see a little more of the speed and skill on the field. We're in a double wing formation. The Meade County Green Wave come to the line. Trent Mofield under center. The fake.
I was just about
rolling
to
to the right. He's back to his left. Wide open. Cole Miller, the throw is short. Cole Miller, number 8, wide open in the flat to the weak side of the play, and the quarterback, Trent Mofield, found him.
Couldn't get it there.
Couldn't get it to him. Left it short, and it looks like they're going to bring on the kicking unit.
Well, I got to say, if they end up with just 3, that's a huge win for John Harden because of the way they were pushing that ball down their throat.
Mason Craycroft in, number 86 for the kick.
This is not
Cole
a gimme
Miller on the hold. It is not. From 25 yards out, the kick is up.
It's good.
It's good. So John Harden is falling behind now. Meade County with a good opening second half drive that eats up about 7 minutes of clock. Is going to give them a 9-7 lead after the Mason Craycroft field goal. And we'll see if the Bulldogs can answer.
So my earlier reference to Rocky Blyer. That's what I saw happening out there. Nobody knows Rocky Blyer, right? But they know Franco Harris. And Steeler or not, because that's what Rocky Blyer did. Ran up that hole, opened it up, and Franco would come in behind. That's exactly what Nikolai was doing for there.
Great
Just
fullbacks sure make great tailbacks look good, don't they?
They sure do.
Well, I'd like to just again thank our sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. And so opening second half drive by the Meade County Green Wave, a variety of runners running the football. We saw Matthews, we saw Holly, a number of big running plays.
Running back by committee, but Holly was the key to that. He absolutely. But, you know, if I'm John Harden, I got to come out of that thinking, hey, that was pretty much a win for us, given the fact that they were running against us. We have a run back.
Whip kick, springs, fields it, and back to the 45.
Up to the 46. 45.
Might give him the 46. Good return. Spot at the 44.
Neither of us right. How about the 44? That's all where that knee is.
Yep, down a little earlier than we thought.
Well, the John Harden offense had a nice little rest there. Time for them to see if they can put something together.
Number 23, Will Kaysen in at running back. Justin Russell to take the snap in shotgun formation. 3 wide to the left. Number 11, Thomas Greer in at receiver. Darian Davis on the
Swing
catch.
Out. If he can make the side, he does. He breaks the edge.
Sideline.
Beautiful. That's a money play for them. If he can, they can break that contain and get out around that edge. That is absolutely money for them.
Number 11, Kaysen Brady, the cornerback for Meade County, was flanked again on the screen pass to Darian Davis. It's 1st and 10, and they've got the ball in Meade County territory on the Meade County 44-yard line. Russell ready to take the snap. Give. Kaysen
Nothing.
Stuffed. Nikolai there to make the tackle, unblocked, and it's about a 2-yard gain, though. Nice job getting a couple out of that.
Yeah, but considering you had 2 Meade County defenders just as a welcoming committee for him at the line of scrimmage with nobody else.
The other was number 22, JT Godsey was there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Justin Russell to take the snap. 4 wide receivers from the Meade 42. Give to Kaysen again, straight ahead. He's got some space to the left side. He'll pick up about 6 yards. It's probably going to bring up about a 3rd and 2.
This is a good look on offense for them because they Meade County responded with the 3-down linemen in that huge gaps and took advantage of that. So, man, that was a great call.
Well, a lot of spread teams will look for how many guys is the defense going to commit to the box. And
they've only got 3 down and 2 in the back.
Yeah, this is a light box here again in the spread formation. And Russell is going to run it straight ahead. Whoa, big hit. 52 for Meade County. That's Will Millay. Oh, Will Millay. His nickname is Gravy. Gravy Millay on the tackle. Big play by Gravy Millay.
Gravy was flowing fast on that one, baby, because he shut it down.
Great inside penetration and drops it for a no gain. Oh, well. They're going to move the chains. I didn't think he got a thing, but good spot there, 2-yard carry.
Had some generous refs tonight.
Very generous. And a lot of movement. Bulldogs adjusting. Snap. Russell looking to his right. He's going to roll to his right. He's got some space if he wants to run.
But
he's going to go ahead and turn it up. Tucks it away. 8-yard gain.
It's down close to the first. That was impressive. He had a guy open. He absolutely had a man open in the flats with a one-on-one, but I think he really wanted to hang on to that himself.
Good choice, though. When you've got 5 or 6 yard gain, he gets 8. And not the risk of a mistake. Great play.
Or an incomplete pass.
And he made the other team's leading tackler, Myron Page, miss. That's a great run by Justin Russell.
You know, the other thing about those plays, when you stretch it out like that, that is hard on a defense.
They're chasing and they're getting tired. Trips into the boundary. And on a 2nd and 2, there's going to be a whistle.
Offsides on John Harden. Not what you want right now.
Well, from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7. So the big play by Justin Russell somewhat negated.
That right there. At least it's 2nd and 7 and not 3rd and 7, but still, you just you got that momentum rolling. You're getting in a gear.
They're running the ball well, Jeff, and let's see if Coach is patient enough to continue to run the football. Probably in 4-down territory here. Setback is Jalen Springs. They're going to fake to Jalen and take a shot deep to Darian Davis. One-on-one down the field, throw too far inside.
It was great defender. Yeah, that ball was out of position for him to catch.
You got to throw that ball, Jeff, on the outside shoulder, and that ball was going way inside.
Yeah,
bad throw. Davis never had an opportunity to go get it.
Not even close. He actually became a better defender there at that point in time than he was a receiver. So if he hadn't come up over the back, that ball was intercepted.
Absolutely. So number 7, Andre Love Pendergrass is going to check in for Darian Davis. He needs a rest after that long route. It's going to be 3rd and 7, empty backfield. Justin Russell takes a snap, and we got another flag. Actually, it's a timeout. The whistle is indicating a timeout. Coach Engstrand, I guess he's seeing that this is a really big situation here. It's 2:18 to go in the 3rd quarter, and his team is driving, but 3rd and 7.
You've expended a lot of energy, a great drive, a lot of momentum going. You do not want to come up without any points on this one. So we're looking at a 3rd and about 8, 7 at this point in time. So you've got to put something on the board. I'm pretty sure we're out of field goal position for them.
Zach Owens, number 27, their kicker, doesn't quite have this kind of range. They're going to need a couple first downs probably, or at least another 15 to 16 yards to give him an opportunity if they wanted that. But I have a feeling here, Coach, this deep in Meade County territory on their 31-yard line, he's got to be thinking 4 downs. And I'll be interested to see what the play call is here. They can run the football on 3rd down, set themselves up with a 4th and short.
I'm looking for a tuck and run. Spread it out, make it look pass. Open that up, put him in that 3-down lineman, and just watch the QB tuck it and run it.
Quarterback tuck and run, screen. These are a couple of options you might see out of a Chris Engstrand team. It is a 3-man front, like you mentioned. Springs in motion. It's a fake. It is the screen. Nothing doing there.
So close to being picked off there.
Number 20 from Meade County, J.J. Richardson, who made the big catch in the first half. There in a second to break that pass up.
He read that from go.
Well, again, knowing Coach Engstrand, he loves that the screen game. And they've had some success from time to time. They've had 3 big screen passes, but that one, I think the other team was thinking like I was, screen all the way.
And you know, that play looks great at other levels, but I just feel like at high school when you're spread out that wide, unless you can zip that ball, it takes so long to get over there. It's just too easy for a fast DB to come back up and take it off.
Big play, 4th and 7. Bulldogs. Russell looking to his left, looking up the sideline. Not even near his receiver. It was intended for Markellius Hill.
He was running all the way to the end zone for that, and I think it looked like he expected him to do at least a hook or an out on that pattern, but definitely miscommunicated on that. Well, that's a deflating ending to what looked like a very promising drive.
Well, the Bulldogs, again, could not sustain it. They had a good-looking drive going there. I was interested to see what their play call would be on 3rd and 7, and they went with the pass. 2 pass completions later, it's Meade County ball on their own 31-yard line. I was looking for a run.
I liked my play call better than his.
Absolutely. Quarterback run would have been much better, I think. I think we were on the same page on that one. Meade County takes back over. Let's see if they can get another drive going here. 2:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. The snap, the give is Nathan Holly off the left side.
There we go. Defense that penetrates.
Reed.
Oh, that's what we like to see. Bust through that line with with passion and fury.
It's a pretty good description of Isaiah Reed. There's a lot of fury, and that guy is a big playmaker. Second half against Central Hardin last week, he was a difference maker, and there he is again. You know, he's going to give Meade County fits if they don't account for where he is.
Good to see that after that prolonged drive they just had, because sometimes, man, that's deflating. So good sign for John Hardin.
Nathan Holly stopped for a 2-yard loss. It was 2nd and 12. Now, again, they're overloading the backfield to the right side. Quick pass. It's going to be the fade to number 13, Mitchell Dozier, and great coverage. Number 10, Willie Johnson for the Bulldogs.
2 men going for the ball on that one.
It's kind of interesting there because Mitchell Dozier is much bigger than Willie Johnson, but really did a great job of playing the football.
And you can do that if you've got a big receiver. Those 50-50 balls are a good option. Weigh it in your favor, but I think it just hung up there. I kept thinking number 10 on John Hardin, Willie Johnson. He waited to the last minute to turn around, finally see that ball in the air. When he finally did, he
didn't allow Mitchell to get into his body and use his size.
Yeah,
here we are, 3rd and 12. Big down. 4 wide receivers. That's new. Down the seam.
Oh, so close to an interception.
Number 4, Joshua Garrett on the coverage from the safety position. Read it all the way.
Right in there. He had his, he read the eyes. I wouldn't be surprised if Meade County's QB was telegraphing that just a little bit with his eyes there.
I think you're right, Jeff. He's staring down his receiver, and the safety saw it and ran straight to that seam route. All right, back deep for the Bulldogs. Again, 21 Jalen Springs and 4 Joshua Garrett ready to receive. The snap. Reed trying to get there, not quite. Good punt. Fair catch called for Springs. He couldn't handle it.
Bobbles it a little
back
bit,
on it.
Able to hang on. Here we go. Well, big series right here, sir. You need to punch this down here, sustain something again, and turn it into some points.
Well, they had a good drive last time, but could not keep it going. Got stalled out on about the 30-yard line. Going in, we got 1:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's getting late. Just a couple of possessions in this second half so far, but it's getting late already.
What's the average number of possessions a coach goes into a game thinking they're going to have?
14 to 15, depending on if you're a hurry-up offense or like these guys, they're running the football a lot. Could be anywhere from 10 or 11 and 12 with teams like this, with Meade County trying to control clock. Quick out to the side.
Beautiful move.
Great move.
Beautiful move. He's continuing
down the
to
sideline.
Oh, stepped out of bounds at the 50.
Shelby Gosnell with the catch and just couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
Beautiful move.
Yeah, Shelby Gosnell makes a good catch on a quick out and beat the man up the sideline, but couldn't stay in bounds.
Wow.
1st and 10, John Hardin Bulldogs on their own 49-yard line.
He was cut loose on that one, man.
Number 71, Joshua Smith, the center, Ready to make the snap. Justin Russell receives the snap. Gives the spring straight ahead. That's about 5 yards, and they're still moving.
Man, good call. Very good call. Impressed with his calling on this. When you've got, you know, they're playing that 3-4 defense right now, and they're trying to, you know, showing a little bit of blitz. And they called it and called them on their bluff and just ran it right back at them.
5-yard gain by the Bulldogs, and I'm a little surprised with the spot. They seem to be moving continuously forward for about 8 yards, but the spot is for a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 from the left hash, 3 wide to the right. Give to Jalen Spring straight ahead again, and just off tackle. He's just short, I think, of the first down.
Close. Absolutely.
He'll be down to the 43-yard line of the Meade County Green Waves, and again, into Green Wave territory.
3rd down and about 2.
A Green Wave down on the field.
Oh, he is. So probably should take an opportunity again to mention the sponsors. We want to thank Physical Therapy and Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in E-Town, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville, online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan ever, anywhere. Where wireless works, visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 737-6900, online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank has 5 offices located in E-Town, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
Well, that was number 50, Myron Page, that just limped off the field for the Green Wave. And again, he's one of their leading tacklers, so he'll come out for a brief rest here and try to get himself back together. He was limping on that left leg. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter, and the Green Wave up 9-7 on the homestanding Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, again, as we switch sides here, will have the football on the 42-yard line, 3rd and short, big 3rd and short to keep the drive alive here for the Bulldogs.
Still kind of surprised that Meade County is staying with that 3-4D, that they're not putting another down lineman, trying to shut down a little bit of what's going on there. But you know, they do have their linebackers are fast. They really are fast and able to shut it down. But John Hardin's having some success. They're definitely moving the ball.
Again, I think we see from the game against North Hardin where they threw the ball over 40 times. Even though they may not consistently be running the football, there is much more of a commitment to try to run the ball, to try to control the line of scrimmage a little bit more from John Hardin. And let's see what they do on 3rd and 2 here. Russell to take the snap, 3rd and 2. He's going to throw the football. He's looking to the right.
Wow, he got that away just in time.
Number 18, Andrew Davis, on the hitch route, had a first down, dropped the football.
Russell paid for that. He got tagged just as he was releasing that ball from behind, blindsided.
Jeff, 4th and 2, and the offense is staying on the field.
Yeah, it's a bit of a curious call. I mean, they're at midfield, so it's not like they're in territory where you'd consider the ball might be if they punt it. I don't know. No, it looks like we're going to our punt team now.
Yeah, number 42 is coming onto the field. That's Dakota Reisner to punt the ball away.
Yeah, there's 11 minutes. Let's pin him down deep and see if you can.
We're talking a lot about their commitment to the run, and they did not show it right there. Obviously, an opportunity with possibly 2 downs, but
right.
They decided to throw the football, and one of the things that can happen, which is a drop,
right,
stalls the drive out. Navash Daly, and they're going to fake it. Navash Daly is going to catch the football.
And makes the
Great
first down.
Job.
Absolutely
Jeff,
gorgeous fake punt.
That's number 8, Caleb Fitzgerald, the backup quarterback, in there at the up back. He takes the snap, rolls to his right. Navash Daly, who's one of the linebackers for the Bulldogs, is in motion, runs a little flat route. 1st and 10
Threw
Bulldogs.
that ball. That was a laser throw. Beautiful. Absolutely fooled everyone on Meade County.
Beautiful job by the Bulldogs there on the 36-yard line, the green wave. Looking to his left to throw the football. There's an out route.
Had number 21 wide open in the flat. Went for the deeper guy.
Double
Number
clutch.
2.
Justin did not know. Justin Russell didn't know what to do with the football. Double clutched it and
He had Springs open in the flat right over the defender with no one even close, and he went with for number 2.
It's Markilius.
That's Markilius Hill.
So bringing up 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. The snap to give to Jalen Springs, back on the ground. And it's a short gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Even when they're not getting much, they're getting something, Jeff.
Yeah, they're continuing to move it. He made something out of nothing on that one. Springs slow to get up, but thank goodness nothing going on with him.
That's a gain of 4 yards. It didn't look like anything, but it's a gain of 4 yards. And again,
Springs,
they'll run the football.
He absolutely has got some yardage on the night.
Jeff, I'm a passing guy, but when you can run the football and can control the game, you've got to take advantage of that opportunity. Pass high to number 11, Thomas Greer. That is the replacement for Deshaun Johnson. He has not come back in the lineup. That ball's just a little high for him.
They're missing Deshaun Johnson.
They are.
There's just so many things. I mean, you know, running the football, it's not sexy. It's not exciting in many ways unless they break it loose. But, man, it just destroys a defense. It just absolutely destroys them.
4th and 6. Deshaun Johnson is checked into the game. They're looking to their left. And Deshaun Johnson for the pass.
Not in the right place.
Wow, Jeff, that is a big miss because there was a wide open seam, and that's on Johnson, Jeff. He should have been running a seam route, and he turned it to a corner route.
Yeah, I don't think he's all there. Russell threw it to the spot, and he turned the wrong direction. That's too bad.
Yeah, good throw, wide open seam route, and
he did have all kinds of space. They were through right in the middle of the zone. It was a perfectly called play.
Well,
Russell threw it to the right spot.
They're continuing to shoot themselves in the foot, Jeff, and with 10:53 to go, down 2, they've got to make something happen.
How many did they need on that? Just a couple?
They needed 6 or 7
They needed
yards,
6 or 7?
Jeff. Yeah,
okay.
It was about a 4th and 6 play. Meade County takes over on their own 32-yard line. They'll be in their wing T formation, strong formation, overloaded to the right, wide receiver right, give to the right. That's number 7, Matthews.
Oh, nice tackle.
Isaiah Reed, crushing tackle, just like last week.
That was absolutely gorgeous tackle.
Reed making play after play in the second half. This guy is dynamite.
Hello, my name is Reed.
That was number 7, Donovan Matthews, one of the bigger running backs for Meade County. And Isaiah Reed just put him down. It's 2nd and 9 now from the 33-yard line. Meade County.
He's bigger, but he wasn't big enough.
Not big enough. We got wing T to the right, same formation. We're looking for the.
Oh my gosh! They're calling that a forward pass. You know,
Jeff, that was they were trying to throw the fade route again to Mitchell Dozier, and it was knocked out of the quarterback's hand.
Yeah, if there was instant replay, that would have been a fumble. His arms.
I don't see the coach down there calling for the red flag.
He was out there, yeah.
The replay official will not be called in on this one.
This one's not going to New York, boys, but if it would be, that one's overturned right there.
Well, big play. We'll call it at least a batted down pass, and it'll bring a 3rd and 9 up. And again, John Harden needs to stop here so they can get the football back with another opportunity. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 9. Trent Mofield takes the snap. He's looking up the left sideline. They're going to throw a fade route of their own to number 20.
Do not throw that flag.
In coverage, number 6, Xavier Boone, who's made a number of big plays in special teams. Another good coverage play there. He's covering number 20, J.J. Richardson, who's made several big catches.
Really impressed with his DB coverage. He stays right with him, stays in their face, you know, guides them, forces them towards the towards the end or the out of bounds line. So. Plays it well.
Well, this time we've got number 4, again, Joshua Garrett, but it's number, I believe, 9, Jacarius Barnes, deep and not Jalen Springs to receive the kick. The kick is to Barnes. He's coming up to catch, and he makes the catch, and he's tackled immediately.
It's nothing. There's a penalty on the play, right about the tackle. I'm not sure if that's going to be on the receiving.
I think that was a spotting.
Is that a spotting? It looked like a yellow
spotting beanbag.
Ah, you're right. It was.
There he is. Yeah, spotting beanbag thrown at the spot of the
one's
catch.
Yellow and one's white. You can see my struggle. So I'm working at a bit of a disadvantage tonight because I'm sure our viewers have noticed the yards and downs are not working on our scoreboard this evening.
It is 1st and 10, however, at this point on the 45-yard line. Give to Jalen Springs straight ahead. Gain of about 3, and he's turned back. Number 50, Myron Page, there to make first contact.
Not used to actually looking at the sticks. Although that's where a coach always looks.
That's where I'm looking, Jeff.
You
have to tonight.
Before they had scoreboards,
Right,
they had sticks.
2nd and 7. Trips to the right. Deshaun Johnson on the field again. Again, there. Oh, my goodness. They run the seam route again. He catches the pass, but there's a flag on the play.
And he was wide open. It was gorgeous.
They executed it that time the way they were trying to execute it before, but we have offsides, illegal procedure on the offensive side of the ball. And so from a big play to a 2nd and long, now it'll be 2nd and 12.
And instead of gaining at least, at minimum, 15 yards, he was 15 yards downfield. It's a beautiful play.
2nd and 12, Justin Russell to receive the snap. He's looking to his right. He's got Johnson to the right on a quick out route. And that's a good pass play, gain of about 8 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Much more manageable than what they had. Good pass.
Johnson's going to step out, and Thomas Greer, number 11, will come back in to play the slot receiver position. They're getting what they can out of Johnson. I'm sure they'd love to have him on the field a little more.
Absolutely. Greer's a good player, just not as athletic as Johnson.
3rd and 5 actually here from the 50-yard line. Snap looking to his left is Darian Davis on the screen again. Good block by Shelby Gosnell. It's close, Jeff.
It's going to be about a half a yard short. Oh no, that referee may give it to him. Just looks at the angle here. That is a super close spot.
They're going to have to call in the chains for a measurement, it appears. Again, Jeff, a great block by number 85, Shelby Gosnell.
Absolutely.
He's little, but boy, he's tough. He's getting after people
really
out
is.
there.
It broke it just enough for him to at least have a shot. Also important, you know, when you're teaching these backs and these receivers, the yards after the catch, falling forward and just the ability to just get that extra half a yard, and that's all it takes.
I'm laughing, Jeff, because for some reason, Darian Davis, number 3, the receiver on the play, was laying on the ground trying to get a ground level view of the ball and the marker to see if he had the first down. So
he had his
I'd love to see
laser
Antonio
out
Brown,
there,
one of your Steelers, laying on the ground to see if he had
I got it. Absolutely, I think I got it.
Well,
I'm sure if it would help, they'd do it.
They're going to bring the chains out here for the measurement. And
yeah, this could be close.
Bulldogs with 8:35 remaining in the 4th quarter need a drive on this
Can't
possession or the
Russia.
next. They're running
That's
out of
first
time.
down,
First
guys.
down, Bulldogs. Isaiah Reed, who's playing tackle, actually playing offensive guard for the Bulldogs, signaling first down. He's on the right side of the line next to big number 77, Ben Rochford. And those two guys are doing a great job on the right side of the line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the 45-yard line of the Meade County Green Wave. Trips formation to the right, one receiver to the left. Russell with Hodges in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, give to Hodges. Hodges making a move to the left. Lots of room.
Beautiful run. Beautiful run.
About 7 yards.
Ball carried by number 25, Dominic Hodges.
Hodges, it'll be 2nd and 3 after the carry, and I see Johnson checking back in for Greer.
Somebody's down, John Harden. I can't see his number, I believe.
Appears to be Hodges.
Yeah, he's doubled over on the ground.
he's in a lot of pain, whatever's going on there. Oh, that's unfortunate, Jeff. I'm sure, viewers, you can see what's
Never
going
feels
on.
good.
Mr. Hodges has sustained a
mid-level injury.
Mid-level injury, that is correct. That'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Good run by Hodges. They'll check in Will Kaysen at the running back position, number 23. Deshaun Johnson's on the field. And they'll come to the line of scrimmage with 8:16 to go in the game. And one of their last couple of opportunities here, they're going to have to score on this possession or the next to have an opportunity to win this ball game. It's 9-7, down 2 to the visiting Meade County Green Wave. Trips formation to the right. Russell, fake.
He's keeping around the left side. He's not going to make it. Man, he was close.
Just short of the marker, I think. He faked into the line of scrimmage and kept.
Forward progress going to bring him about a yard short.
It's on the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the left hash. Again, we'll see if the Bulldogs are committed to the run here on 3rd and 1, maybe almost 3rd and 2. It's a long one here. 2 wide to each side. Kaysen in the backfield. Give off the right side. Big hole.
First down.
Johnson Gimpy again on a block there, but you're running behind Rochford and running behind Isaiah Reed. I'm telling you, that's where I'd probably want to run the football as well.
Absolutely.
Johnson's going to check out again, limping on that ankle. That's just what happened last week against Central Hardin. In and out of the lineup with that gimpy right ankle.
That's the problem with those ankle injuries. They don't completely debilitate you sometimes, but just enough to keep coming back and killing you.
1st and 10 from the Meade County 33-yard line. The give on the outside run to Jalen Springs. He's got a little space.
Yeah, beautiful down block by Ben Rochford on that one to open up that edge.
Number 21, Jalen Springs.
It's a gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7. He's run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So John Hardin will have the ball on the right hash. As they continue to try to exploit the right side with Reed and Rochford. 4 wide receivers. Springs in the backfield. Looking to the right, throw. Oh!
The second man through caught the ball.
Wow, 18 for John Hardin. Andrew Davis catches the pass that was intended for Greer.
It went right through Greer's hands.
Great concentration.
Anyone want to
Davis.
say tip drill?
That was a fortunate
right place in the right time,
play.
right there.
Johnson back on the field.
Yep.
Kaysen back in at running back. Back to throw. We've got quick screen to the left to Kaysen out of the backfield, but
drops it.
On 3rd and 1, Jeff, the call is the screen pass as opposed to running the football. They've run the football very effectively. I continue to question the commitment here. They're trying to stay committed to the run. They get these opportunities and don't take advantage of short yardage with the running game that's been effective.
Sometimes you think you can mix it up a little bit and you get cute and do something like that. And
they're really only facing a 5-man box straight ahead. Kaysen straight ahead, and he'll get us this time. I'm pretty sure he's picked that up. He needed 2, and I think he got 3.
Yeah.
First down. So
first down.
They do run on 4th and short.
To your point, exactly. You know, right there they do it. They go back to it, off tackle, and boom.
Jeff, it's a light box. They've got 4 or 5 in the box. You're man-on-man blocking. You're not going to have anybody free. If you'll just run the ball straight downhill, you've got opportunities to pick up yards, and they've been doing it.
Yeah. And your Ben Rochford and your right side of the line is definitely doing their work.
1st and 10, trips to the left. We're going to throw the screen pass again. Jalen Springs makes a man miss on the outside. Another man
continues to move. He's definitely got some after-catch moves. If he's got a little bit of space, he's dangerous.
Big pickup, about 8 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2 now. An easy little screen pass, the flare pass to the running back out of the backfield. And we've got a timeout on the field. Meade County is going to try to figure out a way to get a stop
they need to
here.
Get there. Well, besides that, their D's got to be getting gas. They've been out there a while.
This is an HCEC TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcasts of all local HCEC TV programs on Brandenburg Telecom, and Comcast Cables Channel 2, and Spectrum Communication on Channel 184. Special thanks to our HCEC TV crew, our student crew, along with our loyal employees working with our students here tonight. 9-7, Meade County with a lead. John Hardin Bulldogs driving. They are on the 15-yard line going in. 2nd and 2 with 5:58 it looks like to go in the game.
So with just under 6 minutes here, you go in and score. You definitely want a TD on this one. Definitely, absolutely. Want to put as many points on the board as you can here. You get a field goal, you're only up by 1 point. So absolutely have to commit to that. 4-down territory, Coach. 100%.
Possibly. I would take a look at young Zach Owens if we got it in there a little closer, possibly. We've got an open receiver, 18, dropping the ball. That's Davis again, who made the amazing catch earlier, right through his hands that time.
Not only dropping the ball, but tipping the ball with the Meade County defender on the other side, just looking at it, but not able to get to it.
Yeah, number 3, Mason Burnett, had an opportunity. I believe it was Mason who had the pick 6 in the first half for the Meade County's only touchdown. He was looking at that one, couldn't quite react and get to it. 3rd and 2, again, are they going to be committed to the run? Will Kaysen in the backfield. He's going to be swinging out to the right. Quick pass to Kaysen. He's got space.
He's
Good
moving.
Cut. Kobe Nicolai makes a sure tackle, but first down and goal from the 6 or 7 yard line. John Hardin threatening to score. 5:46 remaining. The sticks are
down.
dropped, and the clock will be wound up again.
Goal from about the 8-yard line.
Give to
All
Casey
kinds of
straight
room,
ahead.
and he is in for a
Bulldogs.
touchdown.
Will Kaysen straight
Beautiful
ahead,
call.
cut back to the left, touchdown.
Beautiful hole. I've said it 3 or 4 times, and I'll say it again. I get the understanding and the philosophy behind only 3 down linemen, but it just opens up the opportunity for that, especially when you're on the 8-yard line and 1st and goal, and you've got that kind of gap openings there. Good calling. Got to give it to John Hardin for the right call. Busted that open like a truck.
Zach Owens in to attempt the point after. It's 13-9. They'll try to add the point and take a 5.
Offsides on Meade County, I believe.
John Hardin snapped down
Yeah, that
into
is
the
absolutely.
3-point stance and drew the offsides penalty. And so, if you're going to do that, you got to be prepared then to go for 2. The offense will come back on the field. One of the big blocks on the touchdown was by number 71, center Joshua Smith, and he'll come back onto the field with his teammates here to go for a 2-point conversion. Jeff, I'm not sure what this gets you. It gets you a 6-point lead if you can pick this up. Maybe if Meade County scores a touchdown, you can try to block the extra point. But 5-6 points, don't know if there's a huge difference, but they'll go for it. Quick throw outside. Andrew Davis on the catch.
And he is
Two-point
in.
conversion,
2 points
good.
for John Hardin. Andrew Davis has really stepped up in these last few minutes when Deshaun Johnson has been on the sideline, so you got to hand it to him, man.
Davis, a couple big catches. One big miss, but a couple big catches there in
Absolutely.
this drive. Davis picking up the 2-point conversion. John Hardin Bulldogs 15, Meade County
Beautiful.
Greve Wave 9 with 5:35 to go in the 4th quarter.
A lot of good things you saw with John Hardin right there. Stayed with it, committed to the run, is maybe not as much as you and I would have liked to have seen, but effectively enough, and able to, even when they weren't effective on the outs and weren't effective on the screens, able to come back on the next play with a run, get what they needed, continue to move those chains. Beautiful down. Man, they sucked up a lot of clock on that drive.
Well, there've only been, I believe, 2 possessions for each team in the second half. Both teams have been running the football.
Really effective.
8 to 14 play drives.
Yeah.
Just moving the football up and down the field, both teams, and a couple second half scores. Owens to kick deep. catch made on the 10-yard line. Return up the right sideline. He's open. Number 17 for Meade County, almost to midfield.
And the ball's loose. John Hardin has the ball.
Blowing it dead. That was number 17, Waylon Allen, on the return there. Jeff,
If he was down, he was down because of forward momentum. He was not on the ground when that ball came out.
Yes, they called him stopped and called it dead.
Every
whistle blows, it's over.
It is. But every replay camera on this field would back me up.
I agree. Well, again, a big return by Waylon Allen. I got to tell you, Jeff, that was a sideline return. Meade County is famous for that sideline return. I have seen that numerous times. They hit that sideline and do a great job of trapping a couple of players and making that sideline return happen. So
it's what you need after a long drive like that.
Absolutely. 5:23 to go. They start on their own 49-yard line. They've got a short field, and Trent Mofield will bring his troops to the line of scrimmage here. Turn, give. Nathan Holly bounces off of one tackler and is knocked to the ground by Navash Daly, number 32.
So the halftime adjustments absolutely had to focus on what they could do to begin to move that offense. So both coaches, you can tell, because obviously we've got a far more offensive second half than we had in the first half. But I've got to give it to John Hardin. I feel like they have adjusted mid-game in the midst of the second half to adjust to whatever Meade County had been doing, because their defense the last couple of times has really stepped it up.
Wing formation to the right, overloaded right. They're going to be throwing the quick hitch. And that was a throw to Mitchell Dozier, and the pass was short. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7, Jeff, and I almost got a feel with 4:39 to go that Larry Mofield's got to feel like he's in 4-down territory right here.
Absolutely. This is you can't give the ball back to John Hardin right now.
John Hardin's been eating so much clock offensively. Meade County's got to feel like this is maybe their last opportunity.
Is this their 3rd or 4th possession of the second half?
I believe this is their 3rd possession in the second half.
It's pretty incredible.
Double wing formation, tight end to the right. Matthews behind the quarterback. And it's the inside.
Nothing.
Scissors
Nothing.
trap to
Nothing.
Miller.
Loses. They're behind the sticks.
Number 8, Cole Miller on the run on the inside. Scissors handoff.
Or at least back to the original line of scrimmage. Oh, they're bringing him back to
it's going to be 4th and 8, and I see the punt team coming onto the field.
Wow.
He's got his timeouts, and so maybe he feels like he can punt it away and trust his defense to get a stop here. They're going to have to get a stop.
I'd sure be looking for the fake.
I'm sure John Hardin's going to be playing some defense here. They normally have 2 back deep. But right now they do not. Oh, boy, did you see that?
They spied it out. They absolutely had number 11 loafing out there in the flats. And
number 11, Kason Brady for Meade County, was hanging around by the sideline. And the John Hardin coaches started screaming and pointing. And number 10, Willie Johnson, the corner for John Hardin, went sprinting over to take away that, that fake opportunity.
Yeah, that's right there, a place where the coaches saved their backs because he was spied out. So what is the rule on that? You know, if you just leave one of your players, he can just kind of hang out over there, and you can't really tell whether he's in or he's out.
He has to come in inside the numbers once the ball is spotted.
Okay.
And once the ball then is spotted and is blown into play, he can then work his way back out to where he's supposed to be.
Which is what he tried to do.
Which is what he tried to do. We saw him there. The John Hardin defensive staff saw him, and Willie Johnson alertly, at the urging of his coaches, was in coverage.
You got to give props for trying it.
Got to feel like now that Meade County's probably going to kick the ball with 3:59 remaining in the half. I don't know. It looks like Trent Mofield is in the game. They're in the shotgun formation, trips to the right. This is not punt formation with 3:59 to go.
It's not. They're just flat out going for it.
4th and 8. They're going to go for it right here. He's got
Nikolai behind him.
Nikolai behind him. Trips formation. Takes the snap. Looking to his right.
Running
He's
out of
scrambling,
time.
but there's only a 3-man rush. He did not need to scramble. He's going to be, it looks like, about a yard or 2 short on the scramble.
At least, maybe 3.
Ball carried by number 15.
It's John Harden ball.
Well, Jeff, that is, to me, that's the sign of an inexperienced quarterback. He got really happy, dancing, uncomfortable feet in the pocket against a 3-man rush in a very clean pocket. The protection was there. He's looking down the field, and then immediately he's not looking downfield. He's running for it.
Yeah, there is something about that. I mean, you know, you watch these pro quarterbacks who can stand there in the pocket, and you know they've got these monsters within 2 feet of them. Sometimes can reach out, and they just stand there as if they're on a desert island and pass that ball.
Takes a little courage, I would say. It is the job of the quarterback, however. Give to Jalen Springs straight ahead. That's about a 4-yard gain. He was first contact, number 67 for Meade County, which is Colton Kelly, but still moved ahead. I think they're going to give him just 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 7. And I will say, Jeff, as you talk about quarterbacks in the pocket, you know, I always felt like as a quarterback, it was my job to take hits. All those other guys are fighting every single play, and I'm clean most of the game. I need to take a hit, so it looks like I've been in the ball game. Give again, straight ahead. Jalen Springs for several yards. Number 18 for Meade County, Brandon Heffinger off the edge to make the tackle.
There's not a whole lot that pumps you up as an offensive lineman more than when you see your quarterback going after it, committing himself to it, and, you know, making him realize, hey, he's not a prima donna back there.
If you're going to get any respect, you got to stand in and take the hits. Those guys are fighting every play, and you're standing back there clean for 80% of the plays. And every now and again, you got to take a hit to be part of the team.
Yeah.
Give Will Casey straight at.
Oh, wow.
Guess who that was?
Mr. Nikolai.
Kobe Nikolai, number 2.
Wow, shut it down now.
Leading tackler for the Green Wave.
I got to say,
Smashes
you know,
Will Casey.
a lot of respect for that guy. He's been in almost every play, offense and defense, and there's no give, there's no gas. He's not gassed at all. The man is moving at top speed.
Well, timeout Meade County. It appears they're going to get the ball back. It's 4th and 4. And John Harden, it appears, will be forced to punt the football with 2:40 remaining. They ought to be able to pin, you'd think, Meade County back deep. It's going to be a long field for the Green Wave unless they can get a big return off here. It looks like number 8, running back Cole Miller, is going to be the deep man for the Green Wave, looking to get the return.
Meade County's defense definitely stepped up to the plate and did their job.
Back to punt for John Harden, number 42, Dakota Reisner. In punt formation, Cole Miller deep again, awaiting the kick. Snap is a good one. Punt is away, a little slow, but it's a good high kick. Fair catch signal for, but he stepped away from it.
He marked down at about the 20-yard line. So, you know, it says a lot when a coach has enough confidence in his D to say, you know what, go out there, do what you have to do, stop it, and give us a chance.
Get us the ball back, and they did, didn't they?
They certainly did. 2.5 minutes. We'll see what their offense can do. They've got the whole field to work with.
Well, now you're definitely in 4-down territory. Everywhere on the field. 2:30 to go. This is probably your last possession. And so the Meade County Green Wave, from their own 20-yard line, they've got 80 yards to go. They need a touchdown to win the ball game. Nothing but a touchdown will do. They're going to start off in the shotgun. Obviously, they're going to try to maybe throw the football and move the ball. We've got a timeout. John Harden
called a timeout. Coach saw something he didn't like out there.
Coach Engstrand, who's not calling the defense, is going to call a timeout here and talk to the defense. I know their defensive coordinator is in the huddle there. They're going to have a talk about what's going on and what he expects to see. Well, again, Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical therapy associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. So let's see if Meade County can get the job done, or The guy I'm going to have my eyes on here a little bit is 56, Isaiah Reed, the big pass rusher for the Bulldogs, and number 32, Navash Daly, two of the big playmakers for the Bulldogs.
Nikolai is the only back.
Snap.
Quick
Mofield.
out pass. Beautiful defensive pursuit.
And that's who I was looking for, 32, Navash Daly. It'll be a loss of 1. That was
Beautiful.
26,
Wow.
Zach Carter on the catch of the screen pass.
He closed on that well. I mean, that receiver was wide open, had all kinds of running room. He caught the ball at full speed. And if he could have gotten his shoulder square and turned up, that would have been a problem.
Not on Navash Daly's watch, Jeff.
Not this time, not tonight, not right now.
All right, well, let's see here. Again, Mitchell Dozier, number 13 in the slot to the right, the leading receiver for the Green Wave. Trent Mofield to take the snap. He's looking back to his right. He's throwing it deep down the field.
He's got a man.
For Mitchell Dozier.
It's not happening.
Great defensive play by the safety. Number 4, Joshua Garrett, knocks the ball down.
By the time it actually got to him, it looked more like a Hail Mary in the end zone because you had about 6 John Harden defenders around him.
It was a jump ball. He's
absolutely
he
that.
loves his wideout Mitchell Dozier, and he's throwing a jump ball to him.
Okay, so
every
that's
time.
good when it's a 50-50, but not when it's a 1-on-5.
3rd and 11, Jeff, and time is running out. 1:44 to go. Down and distance markers are working against the Green Wave. 4 wide. Trent Mofield takes the snap. He's going to scramble to his left. He's looking down the field, off balance.
Oh, dangerous pass. There was nothing but black surrounding that ball.
Number 9, Jacarius Barnes was there near the ball. Looked like Trent Mofield slipped on that throw.
I did not see any white and green for miles.
He was looking for, I believe, number 20, J.J. Richardson, but the ball was about 10 to 15 yards short of J.J. Richardson. So it's going to bring up 4th and 11, and this is what's called the last gasp. With 1:38 and maybe just 1 or 2 timeouts. I don't know what they've got, but low on the timeouts. Trips formation to the right. Need of a big play. Looking to his left. He's going to throw up another jump ball. 1-on-3. Is it caught? No, the ball is dropped.
Catch the ball.
The ball hit the ground.
That could be it for Meade County tonight.
Number 13, Mitchell Dozier, was the intended receiver, and the ball was in his vicinity. It looked like he had his hands on it, Jeff.
Really
I
did.
thought it might have been a catch.
He absolutely did, but we don't have a very good vantage point from the deep sideline right there, and he absolutely dropped that on the way down at some point.
He had an opportunity. I think it was number 6, Xavier Boone, who came out of there with it. They said the ball hit the ground, but obviously Xavier Boone makes a big play in coverage there, and John Harden will take over 1st and 10 from the Meade County 19. I'm sure looking to run out the clock.
You know, I guess at that point, too, you know, you throw it deep and you're hoping as an offensive coach that maybe one of the defenders will actually try to intercept it.
Russell on the keeper.
Oh,
Guess
Nikolai. Mr. Nikolai.
Kobe Nikolai on the big tackle there. Looked like Russell had space. He's going to get a yard, but that's all.
That boy is a football player.
He absolutely is.
He
looks like he ought to be playing in Western Pennsylvania. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah. He reminds me of a few buddies I played with.
Yeah. 104 and counting. They're in what looks like a victory formation. They're letting the clock run down. They're keeping track of the 25-second clock. Back deep, Jalen Springs. Justin Russell going to get under center for the second time all night. The snap is solid. He's got it. Takes a knee.
Pretty much going to do it. Favorite play call of every coach.
May have to snap it.
One more time.
Are they winding it? Are they not winding it? He's going to wind it. I think they're going to have to take one more snap to wrap this thing up. The Bulldogs are holding it. Coach Engstrand gives Justin the signal to take the snap. Takes the knee.
Gonna do it right
That's
there,
the
buddy.
ball game.
That's it. John Harden comes out the winner.
John Harden Bulldogs 15, Meade County Green Wave 9. 2 consecutive come from
Wins.
behind fourth quarter wins for the Cardiac Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Got to give it to them. They came through. They didn't run away with it by any means in that second half, but they did stay with it and stayed with that running game. tried to pass, did some effective passing, but in the end, it was the running game that brought them through, gave them the win that they needed.
Well, I was impressed with both teams on the defensive side of the ball. You've got to say, Meade County with their only touchdown coming on a defensive pick 6, with John Hardin's defense not giving up a score, giving up one a field goal. That's the story of the ball game, especially the John Hardin defense.
It really is.
Incredible defense by Isaiah Reed, Dominic Hope, Navash Daly, Will Kaysen, a number of those guys. Big number 73, Elijah Webb. So just an impressive performance for all the guys in the secondary. Xavier Boone, number 4, Joshua Garrett. Just a super impressive performance by the defense.
Yeah, and we talked earlier, the unknown factor was what difference is it going to make when you're a running team, you lose your number 1 running back and your offensive guard. But I got to tell you, all in all, just watching these John Hardin Bulldog defense, they were preparing for a stout running game, and I don't know that it would have made that much of a difference. We never win all, but all I'm saying is they were firing off the ball. They never stopped. They continued to come at them. In many ways, what you were talking about with Meade County, what they're known for, John Hardin did it. They played that game. They went at them. They were never out of it, and in the end, they prevailed, came through, stopped it, and second half, Meade County comes out here, puts together an incredible running game. I mean, that first couple of that first drive that they came out here, that was impressive. But you've just got to give it to John Hardin D for coming back after that long, sustained drive, coming back very next set of downs where they were on D. Fired off that ball, a couple of really stout stops right at the line, puts all the energy back, turns that momentum, and it didn't change. They maintained that. So really impressed with the Bulldogs.
Well, we've seen them a couple times now, and what a change. We went from a Friday night in week 2 where North Hardin
just ran it up and down,
dominated them, especially in the second half, wore them down, beat them up, and they were a defeated, downcast team, to now the last 2 weeks where they've taken on 2 incredibly physical teams, probably just as physical, if not more physical than North Hardin.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have not only stood up to them, but been the more physically tough and imposing team in the second half. That is that's a great job of this John Hardin coaching staff, getting these guys ready. And then as I'm looking at the roster, what you see with all the names we're calling on the John Hardin defense, it's a senior-led team, with a lot of kids that can really play some football, and they've stepped it up. That's a great Friday night for the Bulldogs. Any final comments, Jeff?
Well, we talked a lot too about the John Hardin defense, and can't say enough about that. But I don't want to miss the John Hardin offensive line. Rochford on the outside, they were just absolutely sealing down on that edge, giving the backs the opportunity to move, absolutely giving Russell an opportunity to pass. And Russell had that one opportunity in the beginning where he did throw the interception, but after that, we saw a lot of smart football play back there. Seemed to have much more control of his passes, really thought through, tucked the ball, ran when he needed to. Really impressed with the offensive line and with Russell and the way he seems to be growing in that. Maybe we'll see those percentages change as the year goes on. So that's my overall for that. But, got to hand it to Meade County, too. I mean, they totally blew me away the way they came out of that second half with all of a sudden a running game that was non-existent in the first half except for 1 or 2 shots. So I guess those are my 2 highlights for that. We've certainly highlighted the defense for John Hardin, but I do not want to miss that opportunity to give some props to the O-line and the way that they came back and put it together. Good play calling by John Hardin coach as well.
Well, great victory for the John Hardin Bulldogs. That's 2 weeks in a row with big wins over rival opponents. Meade County this week, Central Hardin last week. And so the Bulldogs move out of here 4-2. Meade County Green Wave will go home at 2-4. Tough trip, tough for Coach Mofield. He's been doing this for over 30 years, and Coach Mofield will know how to react and how to get his troops going again. But we've got to really hand it to John Hardin and what they were able to accomplish tonight. I'm excited to see how they'll progress here over the next several weeks and what they can accomplish with this season. Again, a senior-heavy team, excellent performance for the John Hardin Bulldogs. And for Jeff Knoll, this is Paul Gray here at Bulldog Stadium at John Hardin High School. The John Hardin Bulldogs 15, Meade County Green Wave 9. Good night, everybody.